that.
And, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dinner and a Game, where we have started the show with Kessie crying.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
You're on the
Not.
verge. You're like 3 comments from me away from crying.
I mean,
I'm
all
actually,
anyone would have to say
I'm shaking because I was just in the car for 2.5 hours. So, there's that.
already. So, all we have to really do is say ketamine, and it probably set you over the edge.
No, I'm fine. I'm totally fine.
Ladies and
Totally
gentlemen,
fine,
welcome
huh?
back to Dinner and a Game. Thank you very much for coming to join us for our Firefly show, which, unfortunately, I didn't have a hell of a lot of time to promo today because real life. So I'm sorry
Babe.
for all you guys who didn't get your usual reminders for the show. I barely got to promo it out, and I apologize. But hopefully, this will teach you, and you will subscribe so you get notifications. And you get entered in a contest.
Woo!
Oh, but we do
Free
have
stuff.
some announcements to get through. First off, our lovely captain, Josh Runyon, has been stricken down with a horrible case of the girlfriends. And he will not be able to make the stream tonight. But, we love you, Josh. Yeah, so Josh is out tonight. He literally is getting to do something he rarely gets to do, which is actually see his girlfriend and go out on a date for his birthday. We want to say happy, happy, happy birthday, Josh. Enjoy your night out, and we will see you next time when you get to be the spoopy captain who is going to be, all beaten up for some reason because of something that's going to happen in a few minutes. So
That's not going to involve me.
which will not involve the doctor at all, except for
Yeah,
No.
except for
Remember
the
that,
treatment
Josh.
afterwards that
Said
finishes him
she's
off.
not fixing you when you get beaten up.
No, that's not what I.
Now she's
that's not what I
refusing treatment,
meant.
ladies and gentlemen. What the hell?
What is even the
Oh,
Hippocratic
God.
Oath for?
Lawsuits.
Well, does she even have to follow it if she left the Alliance Doctors Guild?
Right?
Not really. I mean, she's administering lethal doses of ketamine. What are you gonna do?
Hey, it's only lethal if I die.
Yeah, it's only lethal if he doesn't wake up.
Otherwise, it's just a free nap.
Yep. A really,
Oh, the
really
bot's back.
good
Yay,
nap.
bot. So anyway,
Wake up with
we
the
have
ketamine
a couple of announcements to get through. The first and easiest announcement is we have 2 contests going right now for Twitch, and I think, Kessie, are you up for it? Or if you need me to, I can take over for the night. I know you had a long car trip. Okay, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
because I don't even know what the followers are at right now. Like
That's
I
all right,
haven't looked
that's
at
all right.
anything today.
Actually, I managed to bring up my Twitch ahead of time, so there we go. I don't know why I did it, but I did. And so let me go ahead and get this information out of here. So first off, now I can't talk. What were you gonna say, baby?
I said I told you to bring it up.
I know, and I did.
This is why I told you to bring it up. So do your thing.
Cool. So we've had an argument for nothing. Yay! So it's marriage, ladies and gentlemen, where you argue about nothing and then you're happy about it because it reminds you you're still alive. And
Pretty much.
So we have two contests going for our Twitch subscribers and followers. The first contest is for our Twitch followers, and we are trying to get to 200 followers on Twitch. And if we do get to 200 followers, you can see in the center of the screen there is a series of minis going through on the scroll. Those minis are HD quality minis that I am going to print out and give away to one lucky fan who actually follows our page in order for us to have more followers, but follows our page and follows our Twitch stream, I should say, and that is going to be given away as soon as we hit 200 followers. So once that numerical goal is reached, we're giving away those minis. It's this series that's right here. I was actually stalling to let them come up. This series of HD minis, they print out at this quality, ladies and gentlemen. They're amazing. So you see, they get the bar patrons, you get the 3 heroes there on the previous screen, and then you get a whole bunch of terrain for a bar, like a banquet table, a regular table, a bench, a bar, it's really, I've got most of it printed out, but it's still in the UV bath. So we're going to be giving those away, and we will be giving those away to one lucky winner who is going to basically get the entire kit and caboodle. But we're only going to do that when we hit 200 followers on Twitch. So if you want to help us get to that point and get those minis out sooner, share this stream with your friends, share it with your family, share it with people you like and don't like. Just make sure it gets out there and that we get everything set up to get to 200 followers as quickly as possible. The next contest we're doing is also for Twitch, and this is for our subscribers only. So on Twitch, we're trying to, of course, we're always trying to get more subscribers because, you know, we want people to enjoy the show because we're making content for you guys to enjoy. So if you subscribe to us on Twitch, you'll be entered to win this set of D&D 5th edition books. Now, this is the core set, so it is the Player's Handbook, the Monstrous Manual, and the DMG, plus a DM screen out here on the outside, over here. And then we have this in this handy-dandy slip cover, which keeps them from falling over on your bookshelf, much like Lauren's amazing bookshelves behind her. And we have have to slip in a comment about your bookshelf, please, once again. And then these covers though are not standard covers. These are metallicized covers, so they are super shiny, super reflective, and look different from everyone else's covers in the game store. So if you lend out your book, you will be sure to get it back because it doesn't look like anybody else's. All right, and you don't have to write your name in it. But anyway, so we have that going for when we hit. We're gonna actually, that doesn't have a set number. We're gonna give that away on our dinner conversations talk show, which we do on Saturdays starting at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're gonna give it away on the show on September 5th, which is what, not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Yes.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
And so we're going to be giving that away in our Denver Conversation Show. We have a Dinner Conversation Show every single Saturday. It goes from 7 p.m. until pretty much whenever we finish. We try and keep it down to an hour, but sometimes the topics get crazy. We encourage the stream chat to participate, and we always take questions and comments from you guys. And so we hope that you guys tune in and enjoy that. That's going to be tomorrow night from 7 p.m. on. And then the contest, this prize is going to be given away on the 5th. All right. And so other than that, we are still doing our Extra Life charity drive. Extra Life is a charity that is very near and dear to gamers' hearts because it was started by gamers, it's run by gamers, and it's promoted by gamers to give something back to the community. And what we're providing back is charitable donations to the Children's Miracle Network. Now, the Children's Miracle Network is a charity that does some incredible work for children who are at risk of not being able to afford medical treatments that they desperately need. So we're going to go ahead and we're already set a goal of $2,000 to donate to the Children's Miracle Network. And as of right now, I do believe we're $900 in. And we're trying to get to 2,000, but we have until November 7th, which just so happens to be a certain incredibly beautiful wife of mine's birthday. I get them confused because I have so many wives, but this particular one is my favorite. So it's going to be on her birthday, and it's the last day of Extra Life. So if you can, and you have the if you're what? If you're a gatekeeping asshole, get fucked. Yes.
Yeah.
That is definitely the slogan.
That's what I was laughing at. That was
definitely the slogan for the show. But yes, so if you can.
Wow.
that was the
Me and Anthony got
show.
super heated last Saturday. Like we both were like.
It was a good show, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be going up on YouTube soon. But anyway, so if you can, please donate to Extra Life. It goes to the Children's Miracle Network, which gives to which is basically providing low cost, no cost medical procedures for children in need. It also provides money to funding for children's medical research and to funding charitable hospitals across the country. Our particular donations are going towards the Cook Children's Hospital here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and we're trying to get to $2,000. We're already at $900. We have a team set up on Extra Life, which I do believe is where that link goes to. We did have the link set up to go to my Extra Life membership on the team, but we would like to see every single one of our team members, which we have myself, Jessica, and Meg, all have things on the team. Now, we didn't know Meg was going to set up a team, but we're going to have to get a contribution going to her. But we donated $100 in each one of the team member slots, which is mine and Jessica's. So now we're going to have to donate $100 to Meg's because it's no fair if she doesn't get the $100 too. And so we're going to be, $300. That'll put us at $1,000 after we put that donation in. So we're halfway to our goal. But the cool thing about this is, the amazing thing about this is we didn't throw in all that extra money. We only are throwing in the initial 100 each. You guys have come through so amazingly much. I mean, I cannot believe we're already at 900 and we have until November 7th. So we have the chance to really blow this out of the water and really make a good contribution to this really worthy charity. So if you guys can, go out there. I mean, $1, $5, don't care. Donate once a week, donate once a period, don't care. Donate what you can.
Philip would like to remind you that he's matching donations up to $150 for this stream.
Holy crap! I love Philip.
We love Philip.
So Philip is who is a member of the Dinner and a Game cast. He does our Dinner and a Game talk show, and he may be guest starring soon in some other shows too. But he is going to be donating up. He's going to be matching donations up to $100. So swear.
150.
There are 13 people watching. 150. Sorry. There are 13 people watching. If each one of you donate $10, I'll throw in the rest, and Philip will have to spend $150. So let's make Phil spend money. But it's for a good cause. So please, if you guys can donate anything, do. If you can't donate, share the link. Get it out there. Share it on your Facebook. Share it on your Twitter. Get it out there and make sure people know that this charity is happening right now. It started 2 weeks ago, so it runs from now until November 7th. But after November 7th, they're still allowing donations. It's just not part of the official Extra Life campaign. All right? And one last thing. We're going to be putting this up on the Facebook page probably tonight after the game or tomorrow morning, depending on how tired we are. But we are locking in our 8K contest. The reason we're having to lock it in so fast is because we're kind of growing at an exponential rate. It's kind of terrifying. What are we at right now, baby?
Sorry, I just saw somebody message you to close the door, so I was going to rush and do that.
It's because of my echo. Here, I'll do it while you look up the numbers.
7218.
7,218
Yes.
followers. I loaded my voice. So
Jeez.
7,218 followers. We just crested 7,000 last week, and we're
I
already.
invite a lot of people.
Yeah, we're already almost a quarter of the way to 8,000, and that is our next goal, ladies and gentlemen. 8,000. So we decided. We narrowed what we want to give away down to two things, and we want to see what you guys think. The first one is the brand new limited edition cover of the new Vox Machina trade paperback that is on the website right now. I am ordering one for me. All I have to do is order one for anyone else. But if I order it, we're going to give it away as a present to the person who gets us to 8K, which means we're going to give it away to the not to the person, but the one person when we get to 8K. So when we hit 8,000 followers, we're going to do a drawing, and we're going to set up the post for that. That's one option. Option two, we're thinking about giving away both the current what's the name of the new D&D module?
The one that's coming out?
It's not Neverwinter.
Icewind Dale?
Icewind Dale. Thank you very much. We're going to give away a copy of the Icewind Dale limited edition module adventure cover, and we're going to give away the limited edition cover of Avernus, both of them, to one person when we hit 8K. In fact, you know what? 5 seconds here. Do 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 do. Critical Role store. Bang. I want to make sure it's still available. Cart is 2. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we're going to do a double giveaway. we're going to give away one copy of the new limited edition Vox Machina special cover for the new trade paperback, and we're going to give away the 2 books. 2 different winners, not one winner, because not all of our fans are fans of Critical Role, and not all of our followers on Facebook are fans of Critical Role, and not all of our followers on Facebook are fans of D&D. So we're going to try and diversify a little bit. We'll give it away a double giveaway. One person will get the trade paperback, and one person will get the D&D books. Now we're going to keep it random, which means we're going to give one random person the Vox Machina limited edition cover trade paperback, and we're going to give one person the set of the 2 modules. Now, if they don't want those prizes, then they might be able to switch with each other. I have no idea. But anyway, that's what we're going to give away for 8K. So we're going to put that up on the website. We're going to get that rolling, and we will go ahead and set that up for the next. Not fans of D&D. Well, hey, what you gonna do? Not everyone likes D&D. Some people will just come in to hang out and catch our meme game, which is very strong. So all that is basically all the announcements we have tonight. We have one last thing to cover, and that is right now during this horrific pandemic, which is still going on. We are basically doing our best to try and support local game stores and the local gaming community. Now, to do this, we're basically making sure that we have a link to the gaming community that helps everyone find or support the stores themselves. And that is, we're going out and we are transitioning game stores into our podcasts. Live streams. We're basically trying to set up game stores that are local to the area for where a lot of people live in our viewing audience, and trying to get them some advertising and get them some support. Tonight, what we're doing is a store called Multiverse Games in San Antonio, Texas. Multiverse Games is a multifaceted gaming store, ranging everything from collectible card games like Magic the Gathering to board games to war games like Warhammer, or not Warhammer 40K, and Age of Sigmar, all the way over to chess and other board games like that. They are a complete gaming store. Multiverse Games has been around for a couple of years now. They have a great little shop. It's actually in a converted house, so it's kind of cool. There's a bunch of separate rooms in it and everything like that. And it's a really nice little setup down there. And they basically run, right now they're not running events. And they're doing mandatory masks for store visits. They're doing curbside pickup. They unfortunately had to shut down their online ordering just due to costs. It was just not cost prohibitive to do it anymore. So, but they are doing in-store pickup. They're doing curbside pickup. Masks are required, and they are doing social distancing. They're going to try and start holding their Magic events again. But the problem is their Magic events have been incredibly popular. So they're trying to set up a reserve system so they can do some Magic events with reserved seating, so they can still do social distancing. So anyway, if you can, buy local, buy local. We know that there's some people who have a real hard time with that, because there's some people like my wife and I who are basically immunocompromised. We get everything delivered to the house. But for this type of situation, curbside pickup is a great option. It also gets you out of the house for a quick drive. And it basically makes all the difference to your local game stores. Right now, all these stores are hurting so severely. We just saw one of our favorite other game stores in the San Antonio area, Night's Watch Games, is doing a soft opening. It's basically, we don't agree with it, but we understand it. They're small companies. They can't afford all this time without the majority of their sales pulling in. But at the same time, this is a pandemic, and it's going to hurt us all. But we as a community can do something at least to help them out by making sure that we stay away from the big box retails or the major suppliers, the mass orderers like Amazon. And we order from local stores, we pick up from local stores. And as we said, what we're going to be doing for these contests. Now, we can't do it with the Vox Machina limited edition set, because did they say they're going to sell it at retail, the limited edition, or is it just on the store?
I think it's just on the store.
I'm pretty sure it's just in the store. So we can't. That we had to order from Critical Role store. But other things like the two special editions, we're going to order those from a local store for the viewer. And they're going to be able to pick them up from the store, or if the store can deliver it, we'll have them delivered. So we're going to be putting our money where our mouth is. And when we have prizes to give away, and when we have stuff like winners who can get to a local store, we're going to have these things ordered from a local retail store in order to make sure that that money goes back into the community. Okay? I mean, it's just something we want to do to make sure that, we're practicing what we preach. And so we're going to be doing that from now on. But anyway, if you can shop local, please do. Please support your local stores. They're our lifeblood. They're our community. That's where we go to find games and other gamers. When you move to a new area, I mean, Jessica and I have moved several times, and every time we move to the new area, the first thing I do is I go look up the local game stores, and that's where I start looking for houses. I find the highest rated game store in the area. I get into their Facebook page, and I look around at their community, and I was like, yeah, this can be home. We're gonna move here. But anyway, so I think that covers just about everything. Does anyone have anything else they want to go over? I do have one other thing, I think. And Lauren,
Yes.
you, my dear, run your own Twitch stream, don't you?
We do, yes.
And I do believe you just changed nights.
We did. We moved from Saturdays to Wednesdays.
Well, tell us all about it.
Will do. Would be pleased to. So IDM for a stream called The Keep, and we are running our way through a 5e based homebrew setting, and we are having a blast with it. Like Ray said, we just switched from streaming on Saturdays to on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central Time, so you should definitely check us out. And our VODs are released on Fridays, so if YouTube works better for you, you can definitely follow us there. Yeah, no, lots of fun. You should definitely come visit us.
And if you need help finding them, they just got posted up in the chat. All their links are there. Click on them, bookmark them, go into them, favorite them, follow them, give them all the love you can, because as a community, Twitch streamers always have to support each other. So, thank you very much, Lauren. All right.
Thank you.
Does anyone have anything else they want to announce?
I don't think so.
I just want to announce that I miss Josh.
Oh, I'm sure
But
he'll
now I'm
love
gonna kill
that
him.
when he eventually, if he ever watches this.
But now I'm going to kill him. All right. So,
His brother?
no, his brother's unconscious. He won't see it. The doc's going to see it, though. It's going to be grisly.
Yeah, it's gonna be me. It's fine. It's totally fine.
It's totally
Everything's
fine.
fine.
No guilt.
I'm not actually crying. I am not actually crying.
Did Jesse
Wanna
say
make
she's
that
gonna
clear.
see it, or she's gonna cause it?
She doesn't know.
Wow.
All right, so
It's okay. Yep. I'm just gonna keep remembering all of this.
Oh wait,
when she has
Cassie,
to
don't
trace-
forget. Don't ever spend last episode for experience, so you can always do callbacks to that moment. That way we can go back to that moment and
just relive it
Yeah, you
over and
you
over
can't spend
and
that
over
XP,
again.
Cassie.
You know, I
Cool.
I
Great.
like how
I love it.
I messed up tremendously. Jonathan messed up tremendously.
But I'm the only one who's getting shit about it.
It's not getting shit about it. We're just, we're having a little fun. That's all.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
It was a party of everybody rolling ones, and if you missed last episode, you have no idea how bad everybody made everything. It's just Kessie's was the funniest set of ones. Like we all screwed up bad. Don't get me
true.
wrong. We all screwed up bad. Yours was just the funniest.
And it was at the one thing I'm supposed to be good at. Like the one thing, the absolute singular thing that I should have been able to roll just fine at, and nope. No.
Well, it was still amazing. So when we left off, you guys had just barely escaped the clutches of a reaver ship. And it wasn't just any reaver ship. Apparently, at some point, the reavers stole a mid-range strike cruiser from the Alliance, and you guys got to encounter it. I think the only thing that really saved you was number one, the captain coming in clutch with a last minute insanely wild scheme that should not have worked. But thanks to a couple of amazing rolls and spending a lot of plot points, it actually pulled off and saved the day. And the fact that the Reaver ship was limited in armaments, because they may have stolen the ship, but that doesn't mean they stole ammo. And it had one ship-to-ship missile left, and you guys managed to jettison your beaten up and bruised shuttle in with a crybaby in it with your ship's transponder, and you jettisoned that out the back of the ship just as the missile was getting ready to come in range, and the missile intercepted with the crybaby instead of your ship, and blew the whole ship completely out of the water, or blew the shuttle completely out of the water. And unfortunately, since it was a fast strike cruiser, it was basically trailing its own missile. And when the missile hit the shuttle unexpectedly, all that debris pelted the Reaver ship and apparently took out their propulsion system for at least some time. And when you guys saw that, you just kept the burn going and got the hell out of Dodge. So as you guys are right now, the captain is sitting down in the med bay, holding Harry's hand and holding his unconscious brother's hand, who is unfortunately under the influence of a large amount of tranquilizers. It happens. People have problems. They have addictions. So.
Yeah.
I only had a swollen arm, and I woke up with a ketamine addiction.
I woke up with a ketamine addiction.
Oh God.
But you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Ooh.
It's okay. Everyone's fine here.
Yeah, everything's fine. Nothing hurts.
I just love the little falter in her voice. It makes me so happy. That little tremor. It's good. So, Lauren,
Yes,
Jude,
sir.
I should say, Jude, you're up on still in the pilot's seat. You have just hit maximum speed for this heap. I mean, you're trying to push it a little bit further, but you also you're watching the fuel count just drop now because you've been burning for so long. But you're at maximum speed for this heap, and you still don't really have any coordinates laid in. I don't know if you guys ever even talked about where you were going.
We were gonna figure out what we were close to, but we had to get away from them first. So I actually wanted to head up to the bridge and figure out what are our options. Like, what are we even near?
Okay. Well, you're on the edge of You're on the edge of the Georgia system. It was Georgia system, wasn't it?
It was Georgia.
Yeah, you're on the edge of the Georgia system. You're headed out in the verse. You're burning at speed now, so you are making really good time. But you're still you're headed. I mean, as space goes, since it's three-dimensional, you technically could be headed out into the black. But you are actually headed more or less in the general direction of eventually the blue sun system.
Okay.
Which is probably the farthest system out, I think.
Yeah, the blue sun system is the furthest out.
So you're looking at right now, since you're at max speed, as long as you don't have to do a ton of course corrections, you can probably make it there with this burn. But you're very low on fuel.
Okay. So are we closer to Georgia? Or
right now you're much closer to Georgia.
Okay.
Because we don't really want to go back to Georgia.
No,
but the blue sun system is like really far away from Georgia. Like we could go, if we want to go to Georgia, we'd be better off headed towards the core, even though we don't really want to go to the core either.
No, we really don't want to go to the core. We can head towards blue sun if we can get there on this burn. That's probably, unless I heard something specifically otherwise from the captain, that's probably where I'd be putting in the course.
Well, there's Kalidasa, but it's because of the nature of the verse and where Blue Sun is in orientation to Kalidasa and where it is in the current cosmic locations, it would actually cost you more fuel to get to a place that's closer. So Kalidasa is just outside the rim outside the border worlds. It's like on the edge of the rim, and it's basically the first major system when you head out of the core of the border planets. So it's the first real system in the rim, which is the frontier, but it's also not closest in the 3D aspects of the universe. It's not the closest system to you.
Okay.
So you got a couple of choices. You can continue on your trajectory now. You have to make minimum course corrections, and you'll be into the Blue Sun system. At which time you can come limping on the system on minimal fuel. But there's a couple of different places you can probably get to within the system to make ready and get fuel on the ship. Or you can do another decent burn and make for Kalidaza, which is not as far out, but is on basically. You're going to be basically burning around the edge of the system in order to get to Kalidaza instead of going just directly across system to get to Blue Sun.
Baden, are you up in the cockpit now?
Yeah, I probably would be by now.
He's playing with the communications array.
Again?
Slap him.
Right?
Yes, I do. I'm not getting anywhere near that.
No.
I caused less trouble in the co-pilot seat, so.
Isn't that where you caused
Your
the most
hands
trouble?
in your lap for now.
I mean, I fixed most of those problems, sort of.
Sort of.
Sort of, mostly. Just sit quiet for a little bit, please.
Stop
So I'm
touching
explaining
things.
sort of our options. Isn't Kalidasa where we picked up Baden in the first place?
It is.
Yes.
Okay.
He was actually the guest of a mining supervisor who was mining a gas giant in the Kalidasa system.
Mm-hmm. We got any strong preferences, or shall I go ahead and maintain our route to Blue Sun?
Well, I mean,
I'm from Blue
I'm going to have a hard time finding work either location, probably, but,
You're very quiet, Jessica.
that seems to be the trend ever since I booked passage on this ship.
How about now?
A little quiet, but a little louder. You're still quiet, though. So, as you guys are talking upstairs in the cockpit, Harry, how long are you going to let the boss hold your hand before you have to go check on Hank?
Really not for very long.
Gotcha. So you go to pull your hand. You go to pull your hand out of Alan's hand, and as you pull your hand out, instead of Alan starting up or because you thought he was falling asleep, instead of him starting up, his hand kind of just falls and just hangs loosely at his side.
I mean, does he seem to be okay?
He's still in the EVA suit.
Oh,
I mean, he's got the helmet zipped and he's thrown back. His head was already kind of lolled back in his chair, resting against the wall. But for the most part, he's head to foot in an EVA suit. He was holding your hand in an EVA suit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna check him over, make sure he's okay. Yeah.
So you stand up and you start checking him over, and you see that his pulse is kind of thready, and his heart rate is very erratic. And you quickly realize that he is in shock. Now, Alan Parrish is a big man, and he's in an EVA suit, which are literally designed to resist cuts and tears. So you could get a scalpel and get him out of this, but they're also insanely expensive.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
So you have one of the choices: either you can try and manhandle him out of it, or you can call someone else to help.
Yeah, I'll get on the because there's communications, right? So I could just be like, I need a little help. Where exactly are we again? I'm so sorry.
In the ship, med bay.
We are in the med bay. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to double check. So I'll get on the comms and be like,
Kelly, can, if you're not busy right now, can you maybe come down to the med bay real quick to help me out with something?
That wasn't
Like now.
cryptic at all.
Yeah. Don't touch any buttons, but you can have my seat. And I get out.
Yeah, you get out of the co-pilot seat.
Don't touch any buttons. And I go to med bay.
All right. So as
To
you're
help
getting to
the
med
doc.
bay, Harry, you can't, you checked his pulse at his throat because his hands are covered up.
Yeah,
But
because his hands
you
are covered.
can get the gloves off because they connect at the wrist basically. So you can get the gloves off. You can get the boots off, but you can't get the rest of the EVA suit off. So
Yeah.
as you're taking
I
off
mean,
the
I'm gonna
boots,
get as much off as I can while I'm waiting, and then when
Gotcha.
she gets
So
there.
as when you take off the boots, his right boot comes off, and like it's full of blood, and blood is like coming out of the cuff of the EVA suit, and so you go up his right side, his right side, and you're working your way up, and just above his hip, there is a puncture through the EVA suit, and you can see that there is, that maybe it was a piece of shrapnel from the blast, from when the shuttle was blown up or whatever.
I was gonna say, do not let it be that damn metal bar.
It's not the damn metal bar. It's very small. It's only about the size of a quarter.
Okay.
But he's kind of sitting in one of the stupid little tiny metal chairs in the actual the med bay, and so you can actually kind of move around him, and you see it's gone. There's a puncture going out the back of the suit.
Okay.
And like I said, Alan's not a small guy, so that went through a lot of meat.
Yeah. Do I have a second table? Because I know he's late. I know that Hank is laid out on one table. Do I have another table or no?
No, you have one table in there, but you do have. There's a table in the center of the room, and it's like it can be moved around, spun around, and it can turn into a temporary operating theater. But along either side of the wall, there is just like padded benches. You know what I mean, for people to sit on,
all I
and
need.
you can put him on there.
Yeah.
So
as soon as
Kelly's coming in.
Yep. I need you to help me get this suit off and get him laid down right now. Like now.
Okay.
So Kelly, the two of you together can get him up, get him undressed and get him up in the thing. He's wearing his normal his regular clothes underneath it.
You want me to pull this thing out real quick?
No, don't touch that just yet.
What thing?
There's
nothing in him. It went through and through.
Oh, okay.
It's lovely. This is getting better. Cool. Okay.
So, I need you to do me a favor. I'm going to set stakes. You're going to make me a medical roll because you're going to try and diagnose what has happened to your noble and lovely captain. Do you remember how to roll in roll 20?
I think no.
Okay, so you type /roll.
I'm panicking. Yeah.
And you're going to do a mental plus is it treat?
No.
Roll? I'm trying to remember what it is right now.
Well, treat, I have treat, which I have first aid for.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna have. So I'm gonna set the stakes. So the first is a.
I'm literally about to sit on the floor in a second here.
All right, Casey, I'm gonna walk you through it again. So you're gonna use your mental.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna use your D8 that says you're a ship's doctor. Then you're gonna use whatever dice you have for treat. You get the extra
Hold on
D6.
1 second. Sorry.
Jonathan,
I'm sorry.
if she uses a D8 from her distinction, she has to spend a plot point.
No. She can either use the D8 or she can turn it into a D4 to gain a plot point.
Yes. But you told her to directly use the D8, which means she would spend a plot point.
No, you don't spend a plot point to use your distinctions. You get your distinctions for free. They're like your backgrounds. If you use one of the, if you use one of the abilities under it that you had to pay for, those usually require that you spend a plot point. But the D8 from your distinction is automatically placed in the pool if it is relevant to the role.
Oh, we were doing that wrong then.
I like it better this way.
That's the way I've always been describing it all 4 episodes.
Okay, so you got the D.
So I did the /roll, a D10 for mental. Do I did plus, right?
Yes.
Plus, and then so D8 for Doctor. God, my hands are shaking so bad right now. Oh my God. And then treat, right, as well?
And then so that you're gonna get your treat, and then you'll get an extra D6 because you have the specialty in first aid if it races it applies.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it does.
Okay, good. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Holy shit. All right, so here's the deal. Obviously, you're going to keep the 2 highest dice. Now, I rolled an 8 to set the stakes. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So you have a 9 and a 6 as your highest dice. And that means it's a 15. So
Yep.
as of now, you have beat me by 5 or more. However, we both rolled ones. Okay? So those are both complications. I can choose to spend a plot point to keep yours. But I can also but that means I keep mine too. So Jonathan, do I have to keep mine?
So the players get to activate yours. So they create complications for you. You decide if you want to do the plot points to buy their ones.
Okay. So do they have to spend a plot point for the complication they create for me, or does it just happen because I rolled a 1?
I want to say it just happens because you rolled a 1, but I'll double check.
All right. So Kessie, what complication would you like to set up that helps you? It's a complication for the scene, but it helps you.
Oh, geez. I don't know. God.
It can be something.
My brain.
Well, let's since this is the first time we've done this, let's do this.
Yeah.
Because Josh, go right ahead. Josh has an idea.
Well, I think I guess a good technically complication would be it didn't hit any vital organs or it went all the way through or something like that. Clean.
There you go. So through and through.
Didn't hit any vital organs.
Yeah.
That would keep him from having any really major damage. So there's one complication. Yeah. So I'm going to give Kessie a plot point. Here's your plot point, and you get a complication
write it down.
The roll.
I have literally nothing to write with right now. I'm so
No. Go to your. Do you have your character sheet up?
Yes.
Go into the notes section of the character sheet.
Oh shit.
And just put a 1 down.
Hold on.
Plot point. Ow. I think it's on like if you have the entire big long character sheet on, I think it's like on the third page.
I don't think I do.
I can't get my. There it goes.
No, jeez.
What was that?
I just got thrown a pen.
How accurate was it? I want to judge intent.
It missed my head. So
that might have been deliberate.
Oh shoot.
What'd you do?
Well, I mean, I have a pen now, but I have nothing to write on.
You have hands.
I do. All right.
So.
Oh goodness.
I was kidding. Oh my god.
Nope, it's happening. And how many do we start with again?
You start with a number of plot points equal to your lowest stat.
Okay.
Seriously?
Yep.
So I have 6 plot points.
Yes.
Rock on.
Yes. It is very rocky and is very on.
All right. Written down. We're good.
Remember, plot points are the meat of this game.
I know.
So, because I just
Meg's
bought your complication.
No, oh god.
I just bought your complication, which means I'm going to set a complication for you, and that complication is severe blood loss. The wound was through and through, but you didn't notice it for like a while.
Oh,
so
shit.
he has been bleeding into his suit, and he probably went into shock the moment this thing hit. So he didn't even notice it until he sat down and passed out from blood loss.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it for you. Great. So when you roll a 1, it's called an opportunity, and so we can either create a complication for the bad guys or create something that's like an asset for us, or we can step back a complication. So Kessie could spend the plot point to step if you buy her 1, she could buy your 1 to basically cancel them both out.
So you can do that too.
I think I want to do that.
Okay. Then in that case, he has not lost too much blood, but he is.
Okay.
So your diagnosis roll beats mine by 5 or more, which means you also get a big damn hero dice equal to Does she get a big damn hero dice with that, Josh? Or Jonathan?
Yeah, because she beat you by 5 or more.
So the
she's-
highest die I rolled was a D8. So you have for this, because remember your big damn hero dice. If you already have a D8 in that big damn hero dice, you don't get another one because you can only have one
I
at a time.
don't believe I do.
Okay, so you have one.
Because
D8
the
big
only
damn
time I
hero dice
rolled last game,
was to kill
I
Hank.
failed miserably.
It was a beautiful,
So-
You
beautiful
failed
investment.
spectacularly.
Yes, it was spectacular. It was beautiful.
beautiful.
All right, so now you have your big damn hero dice. You step back complication to it doesn't exist. Your diagnosis is basically a piece of shrapnel, probably from the explosion, flew in with so much force that it pierced through him, probably so fast he didn't even notice it. Right? And just as you're thinking about that,
Thank you.
someone gave her a notepad. Just as you're thinking about that, something really important occurs to you, Kessie, or Harry. Anything flying at that speed would have damaged the ship. And right about then, all the alarms start going off. So, what we're doing is this. Harry, you have Kelly with you. He is going into shock. He has lost a lot of blood. You have very limited amount of anything like blood. You have synthetic plasma, which will help, stop his blood pressure from dropping.
Yeah.
And you need to pack this wound, which is easy enough to do. So what I need to do is I'm going to set a roll for you for treatment for him in order to stop the bleeding and make sure he doesn't basically die, and to start an IV of plasma into him. But you don't have anything to restore the lost blood. So he is going to be on limited. We're going to have to put him on oxygen because he has very little red blood cells left in his body right now. So let's go ahead and set the stakes on this.
So am I going to essentially be rolling the exact same thing that I just rolled again?
Yes.
Okay.
Except if the stuff in your medical bag is helpful, you would actually be able to add that die too.
Well, she has drugs.
Yeah.
Which would help.
Well, it says, I think it says supplies. I don't know if it says drugs specifically.
We always called it drugs.
Well,
no, it's drugs. It's drugs.
No,
it says
it's
stealing
drugs.
the drugs. It says borrowed medicine, and it says stealing the drugs. So.
Okay, so I'm going to spend a plot point. And so this total is much higher.
Oh, no. Okay.
It is a 15.
So, Kessie, I can give you another suggestion. The same way that Josh created like the crybabies, you can create a temporary D6 asset for the ship that's a med bay, and that would mean that there's supplies in the med bay right now. Obviously,
she can just use the drugs as supplies she has. Her signature asset.
Well, she was saying that the drugs wouldn't help, so that's why I was
they could
making
definitely
that
help,
suggestion.
Kessie, because they're not just narcotics or anything like that.
Oh, well, no, exactly.
They're like experimental clotting drugs and stuff like that. So you could spend and use that signature asset because you intimately know what you stole. You've had them for months.
Yeah, exactly.
So you would know what drugs in there would help, and that's the whole point of the drugs. They're supposed to oh, this person has, this weird form of diphtheria. And so, but I have this drug right here that can help treat a lot of the symptoms and help them recover. So, that's what the drugs are supposed to do. They're kind of like a thing where I spend a plot point, but then I have the magical cure-all.
Okay. So I'd spend a plot point and I would be able to use that D8 as well. That's what we're saying? That's what you're saying?
Your signature asset you can always use if it applies because you've already paid for it. I was talking about spending a plot point to create like a med bay asset if you wanted to get an extra D6. Like the med bay could have stuff in it that also helps you. But it wouldn't be permanent. It would only be a temporary solution. Yep. Like it wouldn't permanently create med bay supplies. It would just mean you happen to have things on hand that are good for this situation.
Okay. So I can add in the D8 already, right? Is that what we're saying?
Right.
Like that's okay. Hold on.
So you have. Let's go ahead and build your dice pool.
Yeah.
So it's / roll.
Yep.
What's your first dice?
I did a D10 for the mental.
And then plus.
The D8 for the ship's doctor.
And then
a D10 for treat.
Okay,
and then a D6 for the first aid.
Uh-huh.
And then a
finally,
D8 for the medicine.
yes, for the drugs.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan was saying if you want to, you can even spend a plot point to create another D6, which is medbay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that for sure.
So mark off a plot point and then add a D6
Got
onto
it.
that. God, these dice pools can get really freaking big fast, especially when they're
Yeah.
something you specialize in.
Yeah.
It just means more opportunities to roll ones.
All right, so you did roll a 1.
Whoa.
Okay.
What?
But you rolled a lot of other stuff. So right now, what you have is your 2 high dice are 9s. So you have an 18. So that means you did raise the stakes on my original roll, which is a 15. I am definitely going to give you a plot point and buy your complication. All right?
Okay. So I get another plot point. So I get a plot point back?
Yes, you do.
Oh, Jesus.
And you
okay.
see how quickly they interchange?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Like I said,
okay.
plot points are the currency of this game. It's great.
Okay.
So you have 2 choices. Right now you have beaten me by 3. You only need 2 more points to beat me by 5 to step it up and raise the stakes. That would mean that you would basically get to do things. Can she cancel the complication if she raises the stakes, Jonathan? I don't think so.
I mean, she's treating him, so if the complication is related to his health, it's going to happen.
Well, I do have the natural healer, which if I spend a plot point, I could step back.
So you can spend that plot point I just gave you to literally step that back. Because what I was going to do, is he has basically lost so much blood, he is in shock, and now he is basically going into seizures.
Yeah. So I would do that for sure. Okay. So I'll spend that.
So what you do is
get rid of that complication.
So you can basically you can keep it just as the 18 then, because you raise the stakes and you beat my roll. So basically, as you're sitting there and you start to treat him, you're basically starting to pack the wound, put pressure on it. You set up the IV and all that. He goes into shock and he begins to shake violently. Right, but you quickly get into your bag and you get some antispasmosity drug that is designed to stop seizures, and you quickly put it into his IV, and basically start, and it almost immediately stops the seizures. But that does tell you, because you're a doctor, that his oxygen levels have gotten dangerously low, and he needs a transfusion. So you need to find someone on this ship who has his blood type. Oh wait, there's someone unconscious right next to him.
Oh yeah, his brother. Good point. I don't have to donate. You got his brother right there.
So, and his brother is completely unconscious, so you can stab him all you want.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna have an automatic calming effect on him.
Yeah, he's gonna relax completely because of all the ketamine.
All the ketamine in his system.
All right, so we're gonna pause.
Hey, that might help him wake up faster.
Yeah, by diffusing the ketamine in his system. So we're gonna stop you guys there. Jude and Baden, you guys are still up on the cockpit. So Kelly goes downstairs, and the next thing you know, Jude, the environmental controls are going haywire. Basically, you seem to be bleeding out. The environment within the ship is not done via any type of canned air or anything weird like that. You basically have a scrubber system that does an exchange and scrubs carbon out of the air, uses the carbon to on a heating cycle to produce O2, and basically you have a complete scrubber system that recycles the contents of the ship to produce a breathable atmosphere. That's why it always, like when you've been in a ship for a long time, everyone says that the air tastes so stale, and that's because it's been cycled through so many freaking times. And so you basically are breathing your wasted air from 1,000 cycles. It's lovely. But anyway, you quickly the racket crescendo gets massive, and O2 levels are dropping rapidly. The scrubber has taken is for some reason is no longer functioning properly, and you have no idea what happened to it because it is downstairs right off the cargo bay. At the back of the cargo bay. So what are you gonna do? I mean, technically you're on a straight shot right now, so you guys can leave the cockpit.
First thing I'm going to do is start swearing, and then I'm going to leap out of my seat and then call Baden to come help me try and find whatever's gone wrong.
I'm going to get up and go help her. I am just curious, so I'm going to look at the console as we're walking away just to see if we're headed towards Meridian, which is like the capital of the system, or is she plugged in different coordinates?
You're basically not headed to the center of the system, so you're not headed to Meridian. At best, you're going to hit one of the outliers systems. Whoops.
Well, the reason why I was asking is because the galaxy as a whole orbits on this plane, but the blue sun goes
orbits
like
sideways.
this way. So like you could hit the center almost as easily as you could hit like an outlying planet.
Yep. But because of the way you're coming in, you're literally probably going to get closest to Burham.
Okay. Well, that's not great news, but let's worry about the immediate problem.
All right. So what are you going to do?
We'll follow Jude because Jude seems to know where this problem is.
And she's cussing.
Loudly. Vehemently.
Like,
so I go racing down the stairs towards the scrubber system, trying to figure out if I can spot any surface damage. First off, what do I see with that?
You come down there, and when you get down to the scrubber system is basically housed at the back of the cargo bay, because when you come down the main stairs into the cargo hold, there's a slide of stairs that goes down one side of the cargo bay, right? And when you come down the cargo bay, you can look left and right. Looking right is looking at the cargo bay doors, and looking left is the back of the hangar bay doors of the cargo bay, where basically there's a giant tool rack, and then you can see the vent system for the intake for the scrubber system, where the air is sucked into from the cargo bay into the scrubber system to be recycled. There is a little bit of smoke coming out of the vents that come for there, and the first thing you notice is, and it's something that you never ever really can't tell until it's gone, is that in the cargo bay, one of the things that the scrubber does is it causes air circulation because it's drawing air into the filter system. But all the air in the cargo bay is still. There's no air movement in the cargo bay anymore. And there, like I said, there's a little bit of smoke coming out of the grills for the actual scrubber. Oh, and the med bay, you actually have to run by med bay, because med bay is above the cargo bay. So when you run by med bay, basically Harry and Hank's still unconscious. Harry and Kelly, you see Baden and Jude go running by and running down to the cargo hold.
You probably hear me coming first before you see me, and then you see me past, and then you hear the swearing fading.
There's a build
just as I'm jogging past.
Curse words and then it fades away as Jude goes running past. With Baden on her heels.
Okay.
I'm staying with my 2 patients now.
Gotcha.
I will not be leaving this area at all.
Okay. So, and by the way, Harry, I'm not going to make you make a roll to set up the transfusion situation, because it's just literally a matter of sticking one Harris boy to the other.
Thank you. Thank you.
The rolls are terrifying, ladies and gentlemen. They're scarier than any plot I can create.
I'm not part of that situation, but there's a piece of me that wants to say something, but I don't get to because I'm not even involved in it.
Okay, so you guys are Jude, what are you gonna do? You're kind of sitting there, standing at the bottom of the stairs, looking at this, and you can see what's going on. What are you gonna do with that information?
Right. Do I have an idea of how long, if I just shut it off, how much air we have breathable before we need it, like desperately need it to start working again? What that time frame would be?
If the captain's time that because it basically what happened was he opened the cargo bay doors, vented out all the atmosphere in the cargo bay, and then the ship sailed out of it. Then he closed the cargo bay doors and repressurized it, which means that there had to be air. There had to be the circulatory system had to be functioning to pressurize the cargo bay door. So that means that the cargo bay was full of breathable air. That was roughly 2 hours ago. In total, if the entire ship is full of air, which it was, you have roughly 6 hours left of breathable air. You have, if the whole ship is full and the machine shuts off, it's 8 hours.
Okay. First off, that smoke does not make me happy. So if there is like an automatic shut off switch, I'm gonna go ahead and hit that and then
You have
see
to
if
pull
I
the
can.
panel off, but then yeah, you can turn off the entire scrubber system.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and I'll do that and I'll turn it off and see if I can't figure out where that smoke is coming from and what the damage actually looks like.
You got it. Let's take a look here. So I'm going to set the difficulty because you are going to try your hand at advanced ship avionics repair.
Not my specialty.
Okay. Is this a diagnosis? This is a diagnosis of the problem, correct?
More,
Yes.
I'm not trying to actually fix anything.
Yeah, you're
I'm
trying
just
to figure out
trying
what's
to
going
look
on.
and see what's
Yeah. Hey, so on the plus side, any ones that get rolled are going to be part of the problem that you get to diagnose.
Yay! All right. So I'm setting the stakes. I'm going to keep those two. Holy crap. But I give you a complication. So the total is 18 because ones don't count. The total is 18, but you have a complication. So would you like to describe the complication or what's that?
You might want to roll first and see
yeah,
if you
you
need
can
to
roll
write
first.
down your.
Because if you get a 1, you can use my 1 to take it
Yeah.
away.
So what all am I rolling for this?
All right, let's take a look at the sheet and see what you can roll. So first off, you're going to be rolling your mental. Next,
joy.
you're going to be rolling.
I'm going to assume that you don't have a distinction that applies to fixing the ship.
Nope.
Yeah.
You're going to be rolling
No.
fix for the diagnosis roll.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have a distinction that you can apply to it, then that's basically it. So
Okay,
you remember, you can do a couple of different things. You can create a temporary distinction, like I found Hank's tool belt, which would give you a D6.
Or you could look at the big damn hero dice you have, and for 1 plot point, not only do you get to roll it, but you get to add it to the total also.
Oh yeah, that's something we were doing wrong. When you make a big damn hero dice with plot points, you don't get to keep it.
Okay.
So you have to spend a plot point to keep it too. So it's like if you spend 3 hero dice or plot point dice to roll it, then you just basically roll the d6 and then you still have to pay another one to keep it if you want to keep it.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about big damn hero
I
dice.
know. I just remembered that when you said that. So, but anyway, so do you have any big damn hero dice, Jude?
I do. I've got 1d10.
Oh shit, that's a big damn hero dice.
Yeah. So I'm going to see if I can't nab some of Hank's tools.
Okay.
To get everything open and see what I can see.
Are you spending?
So that'll be spending a plot point to create a temporary asset, right?
Got it. Yes, it will. So that gives you a D6 for Hank's tools.
In my sleep, I'm just like,
Don't touch my tools.
It's like when somebody touches the thermostat, every dad in the area knows.
Yep. All right. So that's a D6, and then I am going to go ahead and use the Big Damn Hero D10.
Perfect.
And we'll see what that looks like. Not enough.
Let's see here. So you have a 13 as of right now. You got no 1s, which is the good thing.
That's a good thing.
So here are some things that you can get out of this. You have spent a D6, a die for the distinction.
Mm-hmm.
You have, and you're keeping the 5 and a 3, so that's an 8.
Mm-hmm.
If you
No, she's getting
3.
the
She's
2
getting
3s.
10 and 2 3s. So
Yeah,
that's
so
that's an 11.
That's an 11.
Because I forgot about the big damn hero dice. I apologize. So that's an 11 total. You can spend 1 more plot point and keep the 2, making it the 13. And then,
But you're still beating me by 5 at that point.
Yes, but then you can spend all you need from that point. You have 6. You need at least 2 more points to stop me from beating you by 5. So there is a couple of things you can do. You can spend up to as many plot points as you want to create a die to roll, but you need to save 1 plot point after that to keep it, to add it to the total. So remember, every 2 plot points you spend is a die category. For 2, it's 4. For 3, it's 6. And for 4, it's 8, etc., etc.
So I'm using 3 plot points already on this to get to the 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That leaves me, because I only have 6, so I can use 2 of them to roll a d4, and then that third one to keep it.
And you can always decide to keep it after you roll it. So if it's a 1 and you don't need to keep it, it's not gonna really do you any good if you don't get under the 5. So
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to spend that last plot point if you don't want to.
50-50 shot, getting me what I need. Let's why not mark those off. Let's roll that d4.
Let me see what happens if I help her, because I know I'm going to result in the complication, but I don't know what I add if I actually help her. But if she rolls any ones, I'm going to be like screwed too.
Yep.
So would you like to roll first, or shall I go ahead and roll that d4?
At this point, you would have to roll first, Jonathan, because it has to be part of the initial roll to help. It can't be part of the extra roll.
Okay, never mind then. I can't help you, sorry. But I'm still going to look at the rules so I can see what would happen later.
Okay. So rolling that d4 gets the 2.
So you
and then
15,
spend
another plot point to keep it.
All right, I'll go ahead and do that.
No complications, and you basically have now a 15, which keeps you under the 5 threshold. And I have a complication. So remember, you can take that complication and then change it up. What would you like to make that complication? Do you have any ideas?
Josh, what are your thoughts? Because
So-
my mind's blanking.
No worries. So an idea that I had is that Hank's pretty lackadaisical. So if he's going to make something easy on himself, he's going to do it. So that means it's going to be easy to fix, or at least everything's labeled, or not as bad as you thought.
So you can say it's basically not as bad as you thought. That type of thing.
Idea.
I've got an idea. If you want to hear it.
Sure.
Hank. Well, we can just call it. Hank knows when his baby's hurt, and Hank wakes up from his ketamine stupor. He's still higher than hell. He's still higher than hell, but he wakes up from his ketamine stupor.
100%. I wrote that.
I wrote that.
The engineer in here to fix it.
All right. So, what happens for the
I'm writing
roll,
that
though?
one down. I like Hank knows when the baby's hurt.
I'm about to scare the shit out of Kelly in the dock.
So, what basically happens is this: you are looking around, and you can see in the grill that whatever went through Captain also went through the grill and is in there somewhere. But this is a series of tubes and wires and things, and you can't make kind of sense of it. The smoke is kind of just leaking out from the top, and this is a big device that goes back into this little cupboard area, and it's even on a tray, so you can slide it out to work on it, and you just have no freaking idea what, and especially because you had to turn it off. So you can't even diagnose by sound, where's clanking coming from or anything like that. So you have no idea what's going on. Hank, you're upstairs, and you're having this sweet ass dream. What's Hank's best day ever?
Well, not this.
Not this.
Probably the exact opposite of this. We finally made enough money to retire. I have my own shop. I'm working on ships for fun, not because it's a life or death situation.
Mm-hmm.
Life is good.
Gotcha. So you're sitting there.
Not getting stabbed in the arm with a huge dose of ketamine. Just a normal amount would be fine.
All you can think about now is ketamine. Anyway, but anyway, so you basically are sitting there, and you're you're in this shop that you've always dreamed of owning. You're in this shop that you've always dreamed of owning. It's got every single tool under the sun. Anything you need is within arm's reach. people are bringing you weird and unusual things to fix, and it's just right up your fucking alley. And you just look over your shoulder and you can see this huge air scrubber unit that's just like not fucking working at all. And it's something familiar about it. Really fucking familiar. Like just last week, you were modifying this thing because, you know, 2 of the hoses broke and you had to run a bypass, and holy shit. That's the scrubbing unit in the Borealis. That's really the scrubbing. And then you snap to and you realize that the air is getting stale. And you know what that means. And there's no circulation. And just as your eyes snap open and you try and sit up, the entire room spins as if you're in a giant gyroscope. And you're just like, and you don't know why, but you're fucking fuzzy. You can't think. Your lips feel like they're hanging down to your chin. You know your left eye keeps on wandering. You're literally standing there like you're standing there with one hand over your eye.
Oh well.
I would not let him get up. I would not let him
He's
get up.
He's actually strapped to the bed, remember?
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
wasn't he tied
exactly.
down?
He was strapped down.
So he's
Yeah.
I
like,
would not let him like.
No, there's no rolling out of this.
I'm just like, what are you doing to my ship? But I like trying to like look around, just like
It got shot.
it's like whenever Wesley is he's mostly
Mostly
paralyzed.
dead.
He can only move his head. He's like,
you just moved your arm.
I've always been a fast healer. Yeah, I'm just like, what are you doing to my ship?
Would we know what's going on at this point? Now we don't have like that's what I was saying. We have no idea.
You know, yeah, you guys were basically getting the captain down. This was happening when you were diagnosing him and getting the packing the wound and getting everything set up. So you guys don't have any idea. Yes.
Would this have been long enough of a transfusion, or do I need to make him stay here?
With the drugs that you gave him, and I'm assuming that you would have given him like stuff to help him produce red blood cells and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
He is, this has only been like 5 minutes of transfusion time,
Mm-hmm.
so he has less than an extra pint of blood in him, but he's stabilized. He's no longer seizuring. And so you can take Hank off the plug, but that could be because you're pumping someone who's full of ketamine right into his system. So you could have killed 2 people.
No, my God, no, just no, please, no, please.
That's what I wanted to say to you so bad, but I don't know what you were doing, or
Well,
She's not an
I
actual
mean-
doctor
at all.
He needed
It's
it.
fine.
He's fine. Everything's fine.
He'll have great dreams. Trust me, I know. I just woke up from it.
So anyway, but no, you don't know whether or not it's enough. But one thing you know for sure is that he doesn't seem to be seizuring, and his breathing is okay. His pulse is still thready, and you've got him on straight O2 now, which is going to help this situation. But it's all going to be about how much can you exchange out and how fast can his body heal from this. You're basically going through your drug kit trying to find anything you can get him to help him with that. But it seems to be okay for now. So are you going to let Hank up?
I'm gonna be like, can I kind of assess what's going on here? I see my brother kind of when I can correct my eye well enough to see him laying there. I
both
see
of them line up.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay, there we go. Whoa. Yeah. What's going on here? Oh no, I can't. Wait, hold on, Kelly. I need help. I can't get up. I think
He's trying to sit up. Did you guys let off the straps?
There's snakes holding me down. Can't get up.
Snakes holding me down. There's snakes hugging me.
There's something wrong with the scrubber. I saw it in a vision. We're gonna.
That might have been
I-
the drugs.
No, you hear that alarm going off?
There is still an alarm
No.
going off.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay,
I
I will let him sit up.
Okay, so she undoes the straps and she like basically raises the seat up. You find that your feet are responding to all your commands. Your toes can wiggle, your feet are wiggling back and forth, but from the ankle up to the knee doesn't seem to want to work.
Okay, ankle to knee, but I have feet.
Yeah, and your thighs seem to be working. You can kind of move your legs around a little bit.
What about my hands?
Those are they're working okay.
Oh, okay.
You have grip. You can hang on to things.
I'm gonna look for my tool belt and be like, oh shit. Well, this is awkward.
I'm naked.
Kelly, I need your help. I need to get to. This is the hangar or the
It's in the
engine
hangar.
room?
Med bay.
This
We're
is
in the
med
med bay.
You gotta get
No,
back
I
to the
know,
cargo
but
bay.
no, what I meant was the scrubber set. Yeah, Ray got me.
Yeah, scrubbers in the cargo bay.
Yeah. Kelly, I need to get to the cargo bay, or else we're gonna suffocate.
How long?
You have
I
no
don't
idea
know. I
because you
had
don't know how
to-
long the scrubbers have been off.
How long have I been out?
Just a little while.
How long is a little while?
About
As I'm just like I'm
two-
talking, I'm like
About 2.5
trying to
3
regain
hours.
feeling, trying to regain feeling in my lips and my tongue.
Half of
Got-
your tongue is numb.
incredibly thirsty. Yeah, I need
Ketamine
water. Is
cocktail.
there water available?
I
There
would
is-
think that I would have
yes,
some.
there's
Yeah.
water.
I just like chug it. I'm just like.
Half of it just
Ugh.
pours down the side of his face.
I'm gonna tell Kelly. You have to carry him. He is not allowed to walk on his own right now.
It
You know,
could be
and
funny.
I don't think I could walk, but
Okay.
but you're big and strong. You beat the shit out of my brother. Speaking of, and I'm gonna look at him. What happened to him?
I'm working on that.
Ketamine.
Ketamine. You can see that on his right side, because he's laying on the bench to your right, to your left, which means his right side is facing you. You can see on his right side that there is it's been washed off and all that, but there is a wound a little bit bigger than a dime right on his side, and he looks incredibly pale. He's like basically scarily pale. And he's got the O2 mask on, and she's got. You can see that there is an IV going from your left arm into his right arm.
You're saving his life
It's
right
going
now.
through a pressure tube that makes it drawing blood from you and putting blood back into him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, but somebody said ketamine. I'm gonna be like, ketamine. Who would do ketamine at a time like this? This is not the time to do ketamine.
You would,
Anyway.
sir. Doc,
That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, Doc, is he about filled up? Can I carry this guy?
Yes.
You think you know that they need to bring him back quick.
Yeah. I need him back. I need him back when he's done.
Okay, you got that, boss?
Yeah. I mean, as quick as your legs can carry me.
Do I need to roll anything for this?
No.
Just-
This you're more than strong enough to hoist him up. You throw him over your shoulder in a fireman's carry, I'm assuming.
Here, I thought she was gonna carry me in her arms.
Cradled you like a little baby.
This is
The bad part is
fantastic.
she has to go downstairs, so it's
Hi ho,
really hard.
Silver.
It's really hard to do that.
Okay, would you rather see my ass or my front? Which way am I
surprise-
throwing you over?
Surprise me.
Surprise
It's my
me.
ass.
It's
And
my
I
ass.
throw him over
So
my
you're
shoulder.
throwing over the shoulder.
Oh god.
Can't
a
throw up
dog
on me
head.
from here.
It's very
Right.
disorienting when she throws you over her shoulder because it's just like the world spins and reels for a second and you almost throw up and then you're just hanging over her shoulder with your arms holding over your head. So she begins carrying you downstairs and we're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. Because there's a dog crying behind me and I need to let it outside. And we're going to take a 10-minute
She
break.
wants to come in here.
Oh, I know she does, but she's being very
She
loud.
misses mommy.
Yes, I know. So we're going to take a 10-minute break because I need another drink, and we're going to be back at 8:33.
8:32.
33. And we're
Okay.
8:33, and we will be back to continue the saga of how I killed the entire crew while Josh was on a date.
Yep, pretty much.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh, we're
Welcome
working
back,
again. Oh,
ladies
working.
and gentlemen. Oh, look. The flying thing is working again. The Starfield is back. The Starfield is back. Hang on, let me fix that so it sticks around.
I see
What?
stars.
The background of the Twitch
Oh
chat
gosh.
is stars.
Ray, I was gonna ask though,
Uh-huh.
how much am I able to comprehend right now?
I'm kind of putting it as your head is fuzzy, but you can comprehend what's going on. Your body is where most of the effects are coming in, and you're kind of like having a really hard time physically with the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's more the physical aspects than the mental aspects, and I think that's just because your heightened awareness at the ship being in trouble is helping you focus, but at the same time, your physical ability to perform anything based on that is where your problems lie.
Okay,
Cool.
boss. How can I? Now that we're down here, how can I help you?
All right, so
'Cause-
Jude, you see Kelly carrying Hank over her shoulder, and she comes walking around and down to where you guys are at. She kind of spins Hank around.
Maybe
He's still
you
dangling
should
upside
have
down.
taken his tools.
Jude has his tools.
Yeah. Be like, Jude, just the person I wanted to see. Ah, and you found my tools.
I did, boss. Glad
Oh.
to see ya. We got a little bit of a situation here.
Oh, have no fear. I think that that the two of us, we're gonna make a real good team right now.
Yeah. Tell me, how can I help you out?
Well,
Hank.
let me assess the situation.
The
I'm
slur is
rolling with this
amazing.
list here.
All right, so
Do you need me to grab something for you? How the hands?
I'm just like, left to be desired.
Excellent.
I can grab things, I just can't do little operations.
do I have a complication to spend? Yes, I do.
I catch Kelly's eye and I raise an eyebrow. So it's like, really?
All right.
Hey, boss, can you grab this?
Shit.
Can you take this from me?
I grab it. I can hold it, right? I just
Yes.
can't like do very dexterous things with it. Like I couldn't spin it between my fingers.
Notice I'm
Look.
still holding it. I let go. Does it fall?
You know, he can hold it in his hands.
Okay, excellent.
He's instead of because you've seen Hank work, and so
Yeah.
instead of the usual nimble dexterity he has, he's kind of just clutching onto it, and he's kind of like it doesn't seem like it's totally processed that he's actually holding it for a couple of seconds, and then he's just like,
I'm just like, look,
You know what that is?
I'm like, look, I can play the drums, but I'm not gonna bust you out a 7-minute long drum solo.
all right.
So let's just all right, Jude. And my lisp is starting to go away. All right. What's the situation? What's going on here?
You're holding a Phillips head.
Yeah. Yes, Kelly, your observations are, as per usual, spot on. Jude, what have you assessed that is what's going on here? Clearly, it's the
It's the scrubbing system.
scrubbing.
And yeah, it ain't working right now. Hank, we got
All
some
right.
damage taken, and you got your hands all over this thing. I don't know quite the sort of setup you got going on here. So
All right. And that's about the time I noticed that the shuttle's missing. Like,
you kind of look over. I'm assuming by now that you sat him down on the floor, Kelly. You kind of
I'm just like,
so she sits you on the floor.
I'm blinking my eyes, just like, hold on. Maybe I'm just coming off a real big drug binge or something, but
I might also be holding him to make sure,
It looks to me like my shuttle is gone.
Hank, there's a lot of things we need to update you on, but it would be really helpful if you could tell us what's wrong with this scrubbing system first.
All right, Kelly, can you help me up real quick?
Yeah.
And
Alright,
what's
prop 'em up.
this roll that you did? What am I doing against?
That is your roll to diagnose. Basically, what I rolled is I rolled my dice for the original dice pool, plus I rolled an extra D6 situational modifier, which I spent plot points for, because basically your hand's free.
Oh
You're,
yeah.
You're basically going to use other people to run your tools and to move things around so you can see things. So it's an extra complication that you have because of the situation.
Okay, cool.
So
all right then. So let's see here. I am actually in my element here. Would you say that this is? Would you say that this is a timed action? Time is of the essence here.
yes, very much so.
Okay, fantastic. So I have a fancy little thing under my ship's mechanic distinction that says Zen of the Art of Machine Maintenance. Or Zen in the Art of Machine Maintenance. You can spend 1 plot point at the beginning of a timed action involving ship repair or upgrades. For each of your rolls during the timed action, you may re-roll any die that comes up a 1 instead of activating a plot point for that die.
All right, and that's going to be because this is going to be a multi-part roll, because the first roll is a diagnose. Then the next roll is going to be for you to instruct them on how to do the repairs. And then they're going to basically be making a roll with bonuses that are getting for free, dice they're going to get for free from your instructions.
Okay. So at this point, so right now you're sitting at an 11, and in case you want to spend the plot point, or are you already spending the plot point to add that?
Well, I spent 3 plot points to get it, so I'll spend another plot point to keep it, which will put me at a 14. But you have a complication to play with.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. So it's a mental and fix?
Yes, because it's a diagnosis.
All right. Fantastic. I've got a D10 and a D12. I don't think I have a big damn hero dice anymore.
Do you have any distinctions that you can throw in?
Well, so there is one. It is so it's my researcher distinction. So it's hypothesize, and I don't know if I'm at that stage yet, but it's spend 1 plot point to create an asset based on your current hypothesis. Crew members who use the asset can spend 1 plot point to step it up after a successful action to a D10 maximum. So actually, this is a really, really good. I'm in my fucking element right now.
Right.
Okay.
Now you said you spent a plot point earlier for something else that gave you something.
So I can spend a plot point at the beginning of a timed action, which I'm going to do, involving ship repair. For each of the rolls during your timed action, you may re-roll any dice that comes up a 1 instead of accepting a plot point for that dice. So that means if I roll any complications, you don't get to have them. I can re-roll them.
Gotcha. And also,
and it says anyone.
What level is that? Your D8 distinction?
Yeah.
So you also get the D8.
Fantastic. All right, so I get a D12, a D10, and a D8. Okay, but I can reroll 1, so I shouldn't even stress about this. Let me take away that plot point real quick. Eight. I think that's that. All right, so I am going to you re-roll that D12. Why is it always the D12 that I?
That's insane.
Literally my best thing. This is the second time. Anyways, it doesn't matter because it doesn't exist anymore. All right,
6.
Perfect. So that's going to be a 16.
Right, which is already basically you've already raised the stakes because you beat my roll by 1. So now that you've raised the stakes, you have the. Are you content with that? How are you going to spend my complication?
I'm good with that. I'm good with. I would like to do the complication of it's an easy fix.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and I'm gonna base my hypothesis off of that. So I'm gonna spend that plot point to create an asset based off of my hypothesis.
And I can tell you an easy thing that the asset can be. Basically, the main air pump motor, the pump itself, is damaged, and you know you have one in the engine room. And all you're gonna have to do is replace it.
Fantastic. So I'm gonna relate that to Jude. All right, Jude. It looks like it's gonna be pretty simple fix. It's just one of the compressors. We just gotta replace it. We replace it. We're golden. I got the tools here for us. I got the compressor.
It's in the engine
and I'm
room.
gonna. Yeah. All right. I can't walk really well. Kelly, can you wait? Yeah. Kelly, and I'm gonna. No, wait. Actually, Baden's right here. Baden. And I'm gonna describe it really well to him.
You can actually point it out to him where it's hooked up to the machine.
Yeah. I'm be like, hey, so you see that right there? In the engine room, I got one identical to it. Can you go get that for me, please?
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. So Baden heads off to the engine room.
And the whole time he's doing that, I'm explaining it. I'm walking Jude through the whole process of how easy this is going to be.
Gotcha. All right. So this is the next roll then, and remember you get the extra dice for this roll. So what I'm going to need you to do is make me a mental plus a fix.
Okay.
But you don't get your bonus to what do you have on fix again for your specialty?
So the ship's mechanic, I got a D8.
A D8?
And so since this is going to be part of the timed action, it says for each of your rolls during the time action.
So yeah, you can take that, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be making a roll against. I'm thinking about using the same roll, but no, I had to set the stakes every single time because I was gonna say it would be the same It should be the same TN because it's basically just you already on that difficulty. But I'll just use the same dice pool instead. Excuse me.
Man, it feels good to actually do something that I'm like I'm not out of my element. Like I know this is where I'm supposed to be. Man, this is definitely less stressful because I have distinctions for this.
Yeah, it's really nice when you have things that you're supposed to be really good at, and then you're really good at them.
Hey! You really only messed up that one time, and 3 of us messed up. So, once we're out of this tunnel, it's all good.
Okay, so
I mean, we'll do some callbacks about it, but
you know what?
Yep.
Hey, Baden, remember that one time you got reavers to shoot a rocket at us?
So they basically, I forgot to add in your existing complications, Hank, because you're at 2.
Am I at 2?
You're at 2 or wait, no, you're at 0.
No.
They got you down
Yeah.
to 0.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, there's no way. There's no way.
I'm going to spend 1 plot point to create a D6 distinction because you're higher than hell, which I already did last time. So I'm going to keep that distinction. Oh no, I get distinction for the scene. That's right. So D6, D10. Yeah, that's it. All right, there you go. So that's the same dice pool I used last time, and setting the TN at. Damn it! Always with
Fantastic.
Always with the complications. All right.
And
And
it's
It's
going to be my D12.
You can actually buy his one, and you can step up the easy to fix to make it a D8 easy to fix that'll get thrown in your pool instead of a D6 easy to fix.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. So actually, I guess I could do that because it's gonna ultimately relate to Jude's thing, right? Okay, cool.
This is going to give her basically. This is going to give her bonuses to her roll in a source of a dice.
Okay, perfect. So then I'm gonna step that up to a D8.
And I'm going
To
to
help.
leave this at a 9. I'm not going to buy it because I've been spending a shit ton of plot points. I'm not going to buy the 2. That's not worth it. So I'm going to leave it
Okay.
at a 9.
Cool. So I'm gonna roll. 12. And then I can
complication.
re-roll that. Yeah, I can re-roll that because of my distinction.
Yes, you can. Shit. That's a good distinction, man. That's a good distinction.
Yeah, it is.
I'm in my element. I'm never leaving the ship again, guys. All right, cool. So that's gonna be a 23.
Are you going to keep the other one?
Oh well, actually, I guess I don't really need to. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna
right
do
now,
the
and I have a
19.
9, so you stepped it up
Yep.
twice. Not stepped
Yep.
it up, but you raised the stakes twice.
Yep. So I'm beating you by 10 right now.
Yeah. So and you use my complication to step up your dice, so I don't have the complication anymore. But you stepped up twice, which basically is going to be. So Jude, you are going to. What is your current fix?
My current fix is a D6.
Okay, so you still have the Hank's tools because that's for the scene. Okay.
Okay.
So your fix is stepped up to a D10, and you're going to roll mental plus fix plus Hank's tools.
Okay.
Plus the D6 asset that I created that you can use a plot point to step it up as well. With my.
I have no more plot points.
Oh well, at least you still get an extra D6.
Okay. So mental plus fix. My fix is stepped up to a D10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus the.
I guess D6 asset that is my tools.
Yep, because she spent.
And
that's one of the things she spent her plot points on.
And then.
God damn it! Holy shit! And you have a complication from me. Fucking fuck! God damn!
Oh
so
man!
I'm at 2d6 and a d10 so far, right? 3 dice.
Ray, you're lucky. She doesn't have any plot points to buy it.
I know.
Wait, can I buy it?
I think it actually says any player can buy it technically.
Because we're technically in this scene together.
Yes, you are all in this scene.
Yeah, I will spend that plot point to buy it.
All right.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Oh, thank you, Cassie.
Sorry, I'm not in this, so I just thought I'd do something good while I'm sitting here.
Okay, so hold on. Before you roll now, I'm gonna step that easy to fix up again. So now it's a D10. So you get your mental plus your fix plus my tools plus another D10 for the asset that I created.
Oh yeah, we forgot the asset he created because you get that too because of his distinction.
Okay.
So you get. Did you get that total pool then?
So mental D10 fix. And then you get another D10 for the asset I created, and then you get another D6 for the
Hank's tools.
For my tools.
Okay, so 4 dice total.
Yes.
Correct.
All right,
2D10 and 2D6.
Woo! That's big. That's some big dice there. That's a big one. That's big. That's
okay.
big. Okay, so you got a 16 and I have a 13. Do you want to? You don't have any plot points to keep.
I have no more plot points.
But hey, so yeah, you got that 16 though over the 13.
Over the 13. So you definitely stepped it up. So you basically what you did is he gave you instructions on how to take the pump out. While Baden is running off to get it, and you start the process of removing the pump, and it's just like he's right there every step of the way. He can't. Sometimes the words slur, and it's a little hard to understand him. But for the most part, it's he makes it simple and easy to follow. And by the time Baden gets back, you're already pulling the old pump out. So when Baden gets back, he kind of hands you the pump. You hand him the ruined pump, and you basically slide that sucker in and get it hooked back up. And you slide the air scrubber unit back into the wall, and you kind of look at Hank, Hank, I assume you
High
give it a
five.
thumbs up. High five.
High five. You get a whole high five for that one.
Yeah.
But
you don't just
does
get one; you
miss.
get all five.
He does miss the first shot, but you do
Yeah.
eventually get a high five.
It's like that scene from Little Rascals, and they're just like, and then after missing a few times, I'm just like, yeah, you know what, you get the thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. There we go.
So you
Back
kick
to the infirmary?
the air scrubber unit back on. It whirs up to life. You literally feel the air being drawn into the air scrubber unit, and almost immediately from the vents above in the cargo bay, you hear the whoo of the air being pumped back out into the cargo bay, and you're like sitting there, and you're like, everyone does that whole.
And then I'm just like, whisk me away, Kelly. I need to go save my brother.
Kelly, you're muted.
Please.
You got it,
Please.
Bob.
All right.
Please.
So she starts dragging you upstairs. Jude, you and Baden are kind of like following up the stairs behind him. And after a few seconds of the air scrubber being on, the klaxon finally kicks off for the low O2 warning. And you guys basically are sitting there, and Jude, you and Baden kind of look at each other, and you kind of like sigh in relief, and you turn around, and Jude, you hear from far away in the distance a little which is a blip on radar.
As soon as I hear that, and I know that sound, I know it. I've been waiting, just dreading hearing it because I knew it was coming. I race back to the cockpit.
So you start hauling ass. You run up to the cockpit. You get in the cockpit, and when you get into the cockpit, you're looking out the window, and in the distance, already well within scanning range, already well within visual range, is a huge Alliance cruiser, which should not be out here.
Nope.
The kind of
It
cruiser.
has hailed you 4 times.
The kind of cruiser that thing would have come from.
No. Sorry, not cruiser, carrier. This is the type of ship that would be on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it's hailed us.
And it is way out of Alliance territory.
Mm-hmm.
But it has hailed you 4 times. And just as you're coming in the cargo bay, it says, Borealis, this is your 5th and final warning. You will heave to, halt all acceleration, and prepare to be boarded. We have reason to believe you are a contraband smuggler, and you will be bound by law, and you will be taken into custody and your ship seized. Again, heave to, stop all forward thrust. We are sending over a boarding party. If you do not, we will remove you from the sky.
I'm going to look at you. I can fix this.
I can fix this.
I can fix this.
I give him sort of a raised eyebrow and then gesture towards that empty seat next to me and is like,
I'm going to sit down and I'm going to open the comm channel. What's the name of the ship?
It is called the Excelsior.
Excelsior. This is the Borealis. I am a registered companion. My name is Baden, companion ID number, and I'm going to jot it off.
Mm-hmm.
I am currently on official companion business and running behind schedule. According to Alliance Guild laws, under Section 473.254, you are not allowed to interfere with guild trade. You have the options of escorting us to our destination or hailing another Alliance vessel to do the inspection when we arrive. If you interfere with guild trade, I will have to report that to the Alliance directly. Please let us know what your preference is. I will be creating a D6 asset of Alliance law.
Oh my god.
You're making me spend all my fucking plot points, Jonathan.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Oh my god, Jonathan!
So Jonathan, are you making this asset means that what you're actually quoting is it going to be actual law or is it bullshit?
No, it's actual law.
All right. So
Man,
Oops,
he's got the mouthpiece for it, but does he have the rolls?
All right. So
Wait,
the initial is D10 because it is because the alliance is the law. I'm
Right.
throwing in the D8 in for the complication of we're in the black, so no one can hear it if you die.
Okay.
I'm putting in. Then I'm spending to create a temporary asset of alliance officer, who basically knows the law and everything like that, and that's going to be a D6, and I'm stepping it up by one with another plot point to a D8 to give him rank, and then
Okay.
I'm spending 3 fucking plot points for a D6.
Jesus.
So
How many plot points do you have?
I have enough I have plot points equal to all your plot points starting.
Okay.
So, but I have spent over half my plot points now. I have a fuck ton, and I don't get them back as easy as you do. All right.
I mean, with our rolls. Oh, hey.
Ah, god damn it! Has that been every single freaking roll? Have I had one roll without a freaking critical failure?
All right. I would like to buy.
I have not. No, I had one.
I'm going to buy that one.
Okay.
And I am going to create an opportunity that this alliance officer is actually familiar with all of the guild laws that I'm quoting. Knows they're legitimate.
Okay, so I'm going to spend my 5th to last plot point on buying that 5. Or buying the 4, I should say. Because I have so now I have a 15 total.
Okay.
So,
all
go
right.
ahead,
So
what are you going to roll?
So I am using my social.
Mm-hmm.
I am using my child prodigy to remember the law, or you can use registered companion to understand guild law. Either way, it would kind of work.
Gotcha.
I have my influence die. I have a specialization in keeping the peace.
Gotcha.
And then I created the asset of knowledge of alliance law. And then bought your opportunity
Yes.
of like, this guy actually knows I'm being legit with the law.
Oh, fucking shit!
Oh my god.
All right, so you have a 12 without spending any more plot points.
So now I have to roll the other d12 because this is the one that gets added no matter what. Because this is my my actual eidetic memory. So the 10 gets added no matter what. So I have a 22 with just 22.
Okay.
So you definitely beat it by 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you don't have to spend any plot points if you don't want to, but,
So
what happens if I buy one more of those dice and I beat it by 10?
Well, here's the thing.
Something
Remember,
really good happens
for everything, every time you raise the stakes by 5, you create a complication for me.
Oh, okay. Then I'll spend one more plot point, and I will.
If
Wait.
the scenario gets to 5 complications, you have completely thwarted it without doing anything.
You know what?
Except talking.
I am going to spend one plot point, and I am going to use my D10 Big Damn Hero die because I'll automatically get to add that in.
Shit. Come on,
Speaking
1.
of,
Well, it's a 2.
So that's a
24.
What is that now?
24.
And you have a what?
I have a 12, and I hate you.
Okay. and I'll take my D10 Big Damn Hero die back now.
Oh no, sorry, I have a 14. I have a 14.
but I was gonna say, speaking of, I should get a big damn hero die in there somewhere, right?
If you beat it by 5 or more, you just gotta look at the roll that you were against, and it's whatever the biggest dice was.
I think I rolled a D10 in that. Yeah, I rolled a D10, so you get a big damn hero die D10.
Woo.
All right, so I'm happy with a. No, you know what? I'll buy the 5 and I'll step it up by 3.
Oh shit.
Factor of 3 5s.
So there's silence. There's silence on the comms for a few minutes. Afterwards, you hear a click, and it's like, no, I'm serious. He really does. And then you hear it click it off again, and he's like, and then you hear it click on again. He's like, but still, sir, clicks off again, and then he clicks on again. He's like, how would you go? You go by Baden, right?
Yeah, Baden. Yeah.
He's like, we apologize, Companion Baden. We are going to give you an escort. We have had news that there are some fairly savage drug smugglers in this area, hence why we were stopping your ship. We're going to send a light cruiser with you to escort you out of the system and back to, what was your destination?
We are headed into the blue sun. And which planet, Jude? Like, I'm just looking at her to see which planet we actually got pointed at.
You got pointed
Burham.
at
You're
Burham.
pointed at Burham.
And he says, okay, well, yes, we will go ahead and send one of our long-range cruisers with you to escort you to Burham. And we hope that your guild business goes swimmingly well. And we do apologize for any delay or any distress we may have caused you. Just know that the Alliance is always here to help its citizens.
Let me just say,
I do actually appreciate that, because we actually were attacked by a vessel previously that was identifying itself as a reaver vessel. So we would love the escort.
As a what?
They were broadcasting this. I'm gonna just play the broadcast that they were making.
Do you play the condensed version or the?
No, I'm gonna play the actual version.
And
I'll just stop it, and I'll be like, I can send you the condensed version. It's about an hour and a half of that, and they fired on us.
Fired on you.
And they were an Alliance vessel. I can send you their ID tags as well. So I will just send all that over to him.
And he keeps just repeating everything you say. He's like, Alliance vessel fired on you.
let me just say, Aiden, Dick, table.
Like, this is the best.
As a courtesy, I would appreciate it if you would at least inform the escort of what's going to be happening as they escort us. They should be aware of the dangers they're facing during this escort mission.
There's another long silence. You see, before the silence even ends, you see out of the launch bay, you see a cruiser come sailing out, and it comes down and gets up alongside the your ship, and it's like it's a ways off, but it's obviously flanking you. And the comms come back on, and he says, I assure you that we have assigned you our finest junior officer to command this escort mission, and you will arrive safely wherever you choose, safely at your destination, with no more threat of any kind of outside influence. We thank you for helping us keep the reputation of the Alliance military as unsullied as possible. And
well, as you know, in my profession, discretion is key.
Absolutely. And that's why we knew we could count on you. Please have a safe journey. Do you need any assistance with anything else?
Well, we sustained some damage, but we should be fine making it to our destination. It would be great if we could refuel when we get there.
He's like, we can actually, as a courtesy, we will fully stock your tanks before we let you leave.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Give us around 45 minutes to send over a tanker.
Oh my gosh.
So you guys are sitting around waiting. The cruise
and I'm just gonna put them on mute and then just look at Jude and be like.
See, and Jude is the only one that witnessed this.
Jude is the only one who knows about this.
Just out of curiosity, do I recognize the voice or any of the insignia or the ship itself?
Yes, this is a very specialized Alliance strike carrier, which carries mainly specialists in Black Ops and specialists in covert ops. It is used as a flying platform for launching operations out in the farthest recesses of the rim. Usually, they're looking for terrorist groups, former browncoats, and their specialty is ferreting out information from local indigenous populations. Usually with not the nicest of methods.
Of course not.
This is a very fucking dangerous ship. This is a ship that makes people disappear.
Oh.
And Baden just showed them his dick.
Well, they're not gonna forget us anytime soon.
Oh no!
You know what?
But they also
go ahead,
know
Ray,
not to fuck
right
with
now. I'm just gonna go ahead and spend the episode to make that a permanent knowledge skill that I have.
You're gonna make that a permanent knowledge skill?
I'm just gonna go and
Alliance
spend it now. Yeah.
Or no, it's not alliance law. It's a guild law.
Well, but the guild laws fall under the alliance law system.
Gotcha.
So I'm just gonna do knowledge of alliance law D6. That's gonna come in handy later.
I believe it.
I definitely believe that is accurate.
So after about, just as they said, almost on the nose, 45 minutes, a tanker comes up, pulling up next to you. A robot umbilical snakes out, and it.
Right. Quick question. We have fuel, and we probably have like fuel.
No,
tanks
no,
and stuff.
you're low on fuel.
No. I know we're very low on fuel, but my question is it possible for us to like siphon fuel as they're putting it into our reserve tanks so that we actually not only get them to fill the main tank, but we like fill our reserve tanks that are on the ship in the cargo bay?
Well, the problem is the reserve tanks are already full, because that's what you switch to once you run your main tank down. So they're already full. You haven't hit.
I thought maybe we'd have like just tanks, like storage containers in the cargo bay that have fuel in them.
Well, the only problem with that is these engines are run off of they basically produce radioactive waste.
Yeah, so I guess you don't want to store that.
All the fuel tanks are fissionable material. So,
all right.
Never
mind.
You don't want to store that anywhere where people are going to be.
Hey, I'm just trying to get as much fuel for us as we can.
I get it. Don't trust me, I get it. So.
Hey, when the cops fill your tank up, you get as much as you can.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
I'm just gonna be reading my book with my feet kicked up on like the dash, basically, like leaning back in the chair, just having a good old time in the co-pilot seat.
So Hank, you are getting. Actually, Harry, now that Hank's awake and you can see that his vitals are fairly stabilized, you can actually give him drugs now that will neutralize the ketamine. Before, because you didn't know, you couldn't say whether or not what type of reaction they may cause in his system. You didn't want to give them to him until you could actually monitor his response. But now that he's conscious and awake and can answer questions, you can basically give him the basic drugs that will counteract the more severe effects of the ketamine in his system, and at least allow him to think and move easily.
Okay.
You don't have to make
a roll for it. Okay.
No. You accidentally stab him in the right eye with a syringe.
Oh God, no!
As she's like going to apply the syringe, that just like tints up. I mean, yeah, you know what, Doc? At this point, we're good.
Okay.
As I'm like, am I still hooked up to the transfusion machine or whatever?
Yes.
Cool.
Well, it's just a little like pressurized system that keeps the blood flowing out of you and into him. So, but yeah, and right about now, you've probably given close to 2 pints, which means you're getting up to your limit of what you can.
I was gonna say, then I would probably stop then at that point, because that's
Harry, you know what everyone else's blood
good
types
enough
are
without making it.
You know what your blood types are. Is there anyone on the ship who wants to be a universal
negative
donor?
I'll be O-neg.
Well, you already gave.
Oh.
So Kelly can also donate to the boss. She's a universal donor, and she's healthy as a horse, and so you can bleed her dry.
I'm gonna shut Hank off for sure, because
is it bad that when you ask for a choice, there's a debate between being O and being AB?
Well, you can be AB. I'm O.
All right. So
Okay.
I'll
take any blood. You can give any blood.
Yep. He is still in shock. He lost a shit ton of blood. He, there was a lot of trauma with the fact that his systems almost crashed. Just basically due to blood loss and lack of oxygen. You don't know how long he's going to be out for, but you know that he's going to be out for a while. You basically are, while Kelly's on the IV, you basically are kind of like checking the wound. It looked like whatever went through him went about maybe an inch below his fucking kidney.
No.
And if it had hit his kidney, it would have killed him. And it also missed the major artery that comes out of the kidney by probably even less than that. You're basically using a handheld X-ray, or not handheld X-ray, but a handheld
like scanner.
No, scanner to basically to view the internal organs, making sure that there's no other internal damage. He's going to be sore as hell for a while.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is, whatever went through him, not only did it go through insanely fast, it was insanely hot.
So did it cauterize the wound?
It cauterized a lot of the wound. The biggest problem is, as he was moving around and everything like that, of course,
that's what broke it open.
It tore up the cauterized tissue inside the wound, and so he was basically bleeding into a pocket inside of himself until the blood pressure forced it past more of the wound itself, and it started just gushing into his suit. So it was kind of a perfect wound to hide itself for a while. And because he almost went into shock instantaneously, that's why he really didn't feel anything. And so it's a nasty situation. You don't know when he's gonna wake up because also you pumped him full of Hank. So you have no idea when that'll wear off either.
That was the option I had in the moment.
It's not what you did, it's what he said.
You
know what?
No.
Let's just
Meg, so I'm like, oh my. All right, so you guys, it takes them, like I said, about 30-45 minutes to go ahead and top off the tank and make sure you guys have enough fuel. As they disengage the umbilical, the captain of the cruiser beside you says, "Attention, Borealis. Attention, Borealis. We are prepared to underway. We will start our burn and match your speed. Please indicate when we have specs for your ship, but we don't know if you've done any modifications. So please indicate to us when you're at top speed, and we will match."
We never left top speed, right?
You'd slow down a little bit because otherwise they would have shot you.
Okay. Well then, I mean, Jude knows what to do. Jude's got this.
Yeah. So Jude, you basically start getting back up to speed. It's only going to take about 45 minutes because like you were saying, they actually caught up to you, and they were matching your speed because conventional weapons in space, when you fire like a projectile, it's going to go at whatever speed you fire it at, but it's also going at whatever speed your ship's traveling at. So firing a projectile from ship-to-ship combat at that speed means that any misses are going to go kill something somewhere. Because they don't stop moving. So, yeah, So you basically, they wanted to make sure they had you dead to rights, and they were only going to be spending rounds on you. So you guys head out and you start bring up to speed. After, like I said, about 35-40 minutes, you're basically you got her to where she can safely handle it. The cruiser doesn't even really seem to be trying to keep up with you. It's just so negligent on its power output that it just basically is right beside you. But you go ahead.
I was going to say, I do let Baden handle all of the actual communication with the ship. I'm not getting on the comms at all.
They do not even hail you again.
I'm just going to tell Jude, you know what? I'm gonna go to my shuttle, and I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure I have some business when we get to where are we going again?
Burnham.
Burnham.
Burnham. Yeah, that way, like
Yeah, it's Burnham.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go set up an actual client, and then I'm gonna go to sleep because I feel like I did my work for the day.
You earned it. When you get done, send Kelly. Send Kelly in here.
As I'm walking towards the shuttle, I'll kind of shout out into the cargo hold in the med bay, Kelly, they need you on the bridge.
Not good, Doc?
Yeah, he's good on blood right now, and like I said, this was another about hour.
Yeah. Okay.
You really don't know
then,
how much of the transfusion, how much more he's gonna need. She managed to put in at least another pint, so that's 3 more pints of blood. He's already
Lord.
got his color back. Oh, he lost almost 5 pints of blood. He lost almost half the blood in his body.
Yeah.
He was bleeding into his suit for like an hour.
I'm gonna, in her stead, I'm gonna make my way up, assuming that I've got, my
Functions back.
yes, my anti-drug injection.
You're starting to feel a lot better. You can think clearer. You can move.
I walk?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
You do get a little dizzy every now and then. Had to put a hand out to stabilize yourself on the wall because the room spins for a second. And every now and then you just giggle for no reason.
All right.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm doing this.
Sway.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make my way up to the bridge. Hey, Jude. Kelly's a little bit indisposed right now, helping the Cap get some of his pretty color back in his face. What can I help you with?
So we need to make sure the ship's prepared for any sort of inspection before we land. Now,
Wait, what? Hold on. What do you mean?
these so very friendly Alliance folks are escorting us, and they will be doing an inspection after we reach our destination for any, as they're calling it, contraband material. And the triad back in Georgia was awfully keen to get a hold of something. And I just want to make sure that everything's put away neatly and that we're prepared for any such inspection before we go.
It's a good.
You catch my drift?
It's a good 18-hour trip, so yeah, you got a ways to go.
We had that hidey hole, right?
Mm-hmm. Right underneath the stairs, go up to the cockpit.
All right. So I'm like, all right. Good. I guess good job talking down the Alliance, not shooting us out of the sky. And
yeah.
I'm gonna. And then I know. I see her face, Jonathan. She had a chance to tell me and she didn't, and I'm already walking away.
Oh no,
No,
it's fine, but
one of
I
the things y'all both noticed.
Headed back to the bridge, so it's ironic because I'm going to walk in after that happens and not know it just happened. You do know Burnham is a star, right? So I can't really get clients on a star, and the only planet orbiting it, nobody lives there because there was a major terraforming accident. So why are we headed to a star?
It was the nearest place.
Because it was the nearest place and we needed fuel, and there's something out here, right?
Yeah. There's
some sort of civilization, something to fuel up, and
No. Burnham is like a second star orbiting inside of the system,
yes.
And the only planet around Burnham was part of a terraforming accident, so there is nobody on that planet.
Okay.
Well,
so these are things. Would I have known this as a pilot with the navigational experience
huge.
before I came back out here?
The verse is huge. You don't know every single planet and every single you know that Burnham is a sun in a blue star system. But there's not a lot of people go there. Not a lot of people talk about it. Yeah. In fact, no one goes there and no one talks about it. It's just the sun that no one bothers with.
The only reason why my character knows that right now is because I looked up Burnham to see if it'd be easy to find a client, and I was like, wait a second, that's a sun. And I was like, well, what planets are around the sun? And I was like, oh, so there's no civilization around that sun. And that's why I'm telling your character now, is because like I'm like,
You look it up on the charts, Jude?
Yeah, look it up.
The only planet that orbits around the sun of Burnham in the Blue Star system is Miranda.
Yeah, you can make that face as a player, but I mean, like, wasn't it so much more suspenseful for me to not tell you the planet's name yet?
Yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, I know nothing.
It's not a hidden planet. It's not a secret. The planet is listed as being non-life and non-inhabitable as a terraforming accident on the charts.
That's a
Fantastic.
terraforming accident.
That's one way to put it.
Okay,
So,
Ray,
Ray,
I need
there
to
is a
send you
moon
a
that-
question on Discord.
You do that.
There is a moon that orbits Miranda, but I'm assuming that was either evacuated, destroyed,
It
or
probably
also
wasn't.
classified.
Because remember, it was basically recently terraformed, and so it basically is. The moon hadn't been terraformed. It might have been too small to actually hold an atmosphere well. So it's not a habitable moon.
Yeah.
So, and I'm assuming I'm going to hear this. I'm going to spin on my heel and be like,
Oh, so Caliban
Baden-
actually.
I'm going to be like, Baden, you seem pretty well versed. Can you work with Jude and get us to some place that isn't affected by a terraforming accident? I'd really appreciate that.
I recommended the capital because that's the center of civilization in the middle of nowhere, but nobody else wanted to go to Meridian, so.
How far is
I
Meridian?
mean, now that you have fuel, you can just do a course correction and go to Meridian. You have fuel to burn.
Oh, I guess since my brother's out of commission, I'll be the captain. I look for a captain's hat, and I'm like, damn it.
Does he even wear a hat?
It was, it's a figurehead.
I
all right?
know.
Anyways, so I'm just gonna be like, all right. Let's see here. Pros and cons of going to, you said Meridian, right?
Meridian.
Meridian.
Oh, okay.
Pros and cons.
Okay, Meridian is populated, so that's a pro. The only con I can come up with right now is I have to get those guys back on the comm and explain to them why we're changing course. Although it's a little unusual that they didn't call us out for saying that I had a client on a star.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they might not be the brightest people.
I think you know
So
what?
would
I'm
it
gonna
be-
trust. I'm gonna
Oh, I'm
trust your
not there.
judgment
I'm
on
not
this.
there.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
Let's see. And what else is around here?
So this system is not well populated except for the capital planet. Other than that, you're looking at less than 1 million people on planet for each planet in the system, basically.
All right. Let's just go to Meridian. We'll see.
There is a couple of mining stations around a planet called Dragon's Egg. It is a gas giant, so there is a thriving mining population, but it's not a habitable planet. It just has mining platforms in orbit around it.
No, I want to get us on a planet. Let's course correct to Meridian. Baden, can you get them on the comms and politely explain to them that you can make something up.
I'm gonna call them on the comms, Ray.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, Alliance Vessel, I just want to thank you again for the kind free supply of fuel. However, that minor delay has actually caused the client to want to relocate our meeting to the capital of Meridian. So we're going to do a minor course correction so that we can rendezvous with them there so that their business is not interrupted and I can still have my business uninterrupted as well.
You are such a smooth talking shithead. Look, he comes back on the comms, or he comes on the comms. He says, "Very well. We will escort you. I have permission to escort you as far as the edge of the system. We did not understand why you were going to to Burnham. We figured it was some kind of exotic locale for some reason. We do not choose to judge. So, but we will escort you as far as the edge of the Blue Sun system because that is all we have the orders to escort you. And once we get you safely there, you will be on your own for the rest of the trip. Unless you'd like me to call my superior and wait for a response, at which point we'll have to make sure we get a response before we get past the edge of the system. And
I think we should be good with the escort to Blue Sun. We appreciate it again. Thank you very much for your help and compliance and your understanding.
Thank you for the milk run.
Close out the comms.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're good for Meridian now.
Fantastic. You did a great job. I imagine you're going to have to go and look at your clientele list. If we need anything, if we need that silver tongue of yours, I'll make sure to let you know. We appreciate your help, Baden.
Now I'm actually going to go find a client I can really get.
All righty. So
Jude, and then be like, Jude, from what I can glean, and it is not much, we'll talk later about why we're missing a shuttle. But from what I hear, you really helped save her ass on that one. You saved her ass multiple times.
You do want to attribute to your brother.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it was one of his amazing harebrained schemes. But, Jude, we'll talk more later. Holler if you need me.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself...
You sure you don't want to hang out in here? I mean, in case they come on comms again, be good to have someone who knows what's going on in here for them to talk to.
Yeah, and I'm gonna buzz Medbay. Hey Doc, how's my brother looking?
He's doing better. He's doing okay. Is everything all right up there?
Yeah, everything's crystal good, fantastic. I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna hang out here. You let me know if you need anything.
Yep. I'll be sure to do that.
And just like quietly, I'm like, Captain out, and then like, yeah.
So
exactly, Meg. We're fine. We're all fine here.
totally fine. I'm gonna go ahead and sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say my blood would be fairly caffeinated. I don't know if that would counteract some of the ketamine, but that would be funny. Just throwing that out.
It definitely will not counteract ketamine. Ketamine is a little bit stronger than caffeine. I'm sorry, baby.
Yeah, a little bit.
Alrighty.
Now that we have someone in the co-pilot seat, I'm going to make a quick detour to the restroom and actually run to my bunk and have all of my go bag packed and everything ready just in case. Make sure my room is pristine and my go bag's easily accessible. And then I head back to the cockpit.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna buzz the med bay one more time and be like, oh, by the way, apparently we might get a little bit of an alliance welcoming party when we get to our destination. So those fancy alliance drugs you got, I'll put them in the stash spot, and I'm gonna let her know where it's at.
Thank you. Good Lord. I thought you'd forgotten about that, and I was like, please don't forget that. Please don't forget that. Please don't forget to tell me. Like, please, God, don't forget to tell me.
We really need to have a discussion where we get each other up to speed on what's going on, because like I don't know you have illegal drugs. Like,
oh no, I feel like everybody on the ship, because this was 3 months that we were flying from when we picked me up to like now. I feel like everybody on the ship would know that there are legal Alliance drugs on the ship by now. 3 months of traveling together. I feel like that would have come up with everyone at this point.
You also have to remember that I'm the one that doesn't get into y'all's illegal business very often.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
You
well,
just,
if
you just
want
happen
to
to
stay
reap the,
out of it, then
I would
that's
say
different,
you just happen to
but-
reap the rewards of us having really good medical supplies. Although the captain did fail to mention to everyone that the supplies were wanted by the Triad. So you know what?
Yeah, that I didn't know either. So
You did too. No, you did not.
Remember,
They told the captain.
they told the captain, and the captain never said anything to me about it. So I had no idea that they wanted my drugs.
You do now, though, because he did tell you.
I do now.
You
But...
know who knew? You know who else knew? Jude knew. Jude knew the whole time. Jude ain't no snitch,
survey. We all need to like bubble in communication as like a point that we need to work on.
Speaking of.
Oh God.
That's a segue.
Oh no.
So Baden, are you back in the cockpit or are you back in your shuttle?
I'm in my shuttle.
Okay. I'm gonna make a quick detour then after I have my go bag packed and everything ready to go to your shuttle before I head to the cockpit. Since I know that you're looking for a client here in the system. And I knock on the door before I just come on in.
I'll tell you. Come on in.
Okay. Baden, I hadn't quite made the connection before. There's something you may want to consider before we volunteer our time here too awful much longer. The system that we're in here, and I hadn't quite put it together before. Those reavers we encountered out there are just a drop in the bucket to what the activity is like in the system here. From everything the Alliance has been able to tell, Blue Sun's the center of reaver activity. I know.
I'm going to be looking at you inquisitively, like, how do you know where the center of reaver activity is? Like, you can tell I'm specifically looking at you with that look.
I'm deliberately not going to be giving too much of how I know anything away, unless you really bring it up. But there's seeing this Alliance vessel here, it brought it to mind that this may not be the safest place for us to spend a large quantity of our time.
That specific Alliance vessel is what reminded you that there's reavers out here?
There's in connection to other things that I it's a long story. Yes, we'll go with yes.
I'm gonna just go ahead and motion for her to go ahead and take a seat and go over and start getting some tea ready.
Spill it.
I close the door behind me and come on in. The tea smells wonderful, thank you. And you see my body is just very tense. I'm curling myself up almost in the cushion I'm sitting on.
Okay, so Ray, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a social plus companion plus psychology role. I have a specialization in psychology for notice, so that I can tell like what I need to say to her to calm her down, and then I'll actually make the social roll.
Okay, so I'm going to set. You're basically not looking to. You're looking to set her, relax her, calm her down.
Yeah. I just want to look for what I need to say to relax her by doing the insight into what's going on.
So I'm gonna, because I know where she's coming from, I'm gonna set the roll starting out as a D10 for hella anxious, plus a D10 for hella terrified, plus a D8 for never want to think of that again.
That's a lot of stuff.
There you go. And it's a 12.
Okay. So then this is my psychology roll.
Shit.
God.
What?
So
What the-
I will take that 20.
I quit. I'm never playing this game again.
Now you know how we felt.
I know. I
Hey,
haven't
you-
had a
but-
triple botch, but geez Louise.
But you didn't botch on this one, so
I
hey,
did
there you
not.
go.
This is the second roll of the game that I haven't botched.
Did you
I know that
man.
feeling. Right?
did you
Trust me, I
buy
know that.
did you buy the extra dice, or is the difficulty a 12?
It's a 12.
So I beat it by more than 5.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have 5 plot points left.
Not for long.
I'm not.
Okay, so do I need to make the social roll now, or are we just gonna say like I got the sense of what's going on to calm her
You've got
down?
a very clear sense of what's going on.
Okay.
Not that it's hard. You're making connections even in the cockpit. As soon as we realized that there was Alliance presence, you saw me getting more nervous and more tense. So I'm sitting on this cushion and I'm holding my tea and I've got it sort of clutched. Not drinking it yet.
Like just warming your hands.
Just holding it in my hands.
You know, this is a safe place, the shuttle. It's technically my workspace. By guild law, the Alliance can't search this without beyond probable cause. They would almost have to know I was doing something illegal or illicit.
That is good to know. Useful information, that. Wow, I'm not even exactly sure where to begin. Let's start with, I have some past ties to the Alliance and to the military in specific, and to ships like this in even greater, more specificity. Yeah, so the ships like this are built for specific purposes. And through some of those ties, some of that experience has let me know that no, I've never actually talked about this with someone before.
It really does feel good to get things off of your chest, though, right? I mean, if you've been carrying a secret around with you, it's a burden, it's a weight.
Jude, when you're talking about this, are you more fearful, nervous? What's your mental state?
Fearful for sure. And there's a strong urge where I keep tapping my leg and I keep looking at the door, and this is dangerous. And I know, like, Baden's a nice guy. Baden's been on the crew with us for 3 months. Like, you can trust Baden to a certain extent, but I'm not sure how far that trust extends. I'm not sure quite what the boundaries of that trust is yet. And so I'm trying to say what I can say without overstepping those lines. So there's definitely been some connection to the Alliance military in my past, and those connections have let me know a couple of things. And the ships like this, and especially in this area, they're here for one thing. And that's because this is the center of Reaver activity. This is where all of it originates, I guess. I mean, the patrols that come out here, they disappear.
It's not surprising since they didn't seem to be off-put by the transmissions.
Jude?
Or the fact that they don't actually seem to understand normal Alliance law so much as they seem to be following military code.
Jude.
Yes.
Or actually, sorry, Baden.
Yes.
Did you actually send that transponder number over to the other ship?
Yes, I did.
Jude, it occurs to you that all those Alliance patrols that went into Reaver space that never came back would have had Alliance ships that never came back.
Mm-hmm.
And if Baden sent the transponder code for one of those ships, and the Alliance knew where it went and why it went there, then the transponder code would be direct evidence of the existence of Reavers and that they have stolen Alliance tech.
Oh, that's not good. We got to get out of here. Baden, you sent that info, the transponder. We got to get out of here. We can't stay here. Baden, they're gonna kill us. We're gonna be gone. We're dead. We have got to go. And you see me, I'm starting to get up. My tea is set down, not even caring where I'm putting it. I'm getting it and moving towards the door.
It's 15 minutes early, but
Oh
we're gonna wrap for the night on
God.
I am going to stop her from leaving. I am going to say that before we end here.
that. Okay.
Because I do not need her leaving here in that panic state.
So how are you gonna stop her from leaving?
I'm going to step in front of where the shuttle door is. Jude, hold on. You're being a little hasty. I understand your concern. But if you go running towards that cockpit in the state you're in right now, you're not going to be making good decisions. This is the kind of thing we need to talk out. You have to have a plan. That ship is faster than us, and it has weapons. We are slower, we have no weapons, and we've already taken damage.
Jude, it dawns on you, because your first instinct, is run. But it also dawns on you that you've been flying beside this Alliance ship for hours and hours. And they could have taken you out, and it would have looked like an accident. Like you hit a piece of debris at high speed at that point. But you've been basically flying for hours, and they haven't done anything. Which means that they may have just disregarded the entire thing as nonsense and not run the transponder yet.
Oh, that's not.
But eventually, they're going to. Now, the good news is you're really far away from the original ship, but the moment they run that number and they get an ID on that ship, there's going to be a Cortex-wide watch out on for this ship.
Okay. So there's a way we can fix this short term. But if this is as concerning as you think it is, I can't fix it in the long term. I'm going to pull up my companion registry information again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to send to the Companions Guild that we had some trouble in space, and that we met the Excelsior with their transponder code, and that this is the escort ship that's escorting us so that we will safely arrive to our destination on Meridian. And ask the guild, since they have followed guild law, if they could please thank the escort ship personally for escorting us to ensure that we arrive safely on Meridian.
Okay. You send out the wave, and at the distance you're at right now, with Alliance hops, are you gonna pay for it to get there faster?
I am.
All right. So yeah, so you basically and basically what that does is you're gonna send it over the most secure nets possible and the fastest route possible to get it there. So it's gonna basically hop from any ship that is selling their bandwidth for transmission to get it to it back down into the Innersphere as fast as possible. So,
and there will be like a subcode in there that's like guild code that basically tells the guild that I just want them to ping it back, thank you to the ship as quickly as possible, and that they can add it to my guild dues. That I will pay for that fast transmission rate. That's not a problem.
All right. So it's still, but it's still going to take like half a day.
I will, however, not secure that transmission, so that
yeah.
if they're listening to us, they will know that we have told the guild that we are thankful for the escort, and that we would personally like them to thank the Alliance for those escorts as well, because it is ensuring our safe arrival at Meridian, which after having a disastrous encounter with another ship earlier, we appreciate that greatly, because it's the only way we can guarantee that we will absolutely arrive at Meridian.
Continuing to say Meridian over and over again.
Well,
it's like the safety
as
chant.
many
If we
times
have an
as
accident,
possible.
the Alliance should have to explain that pretty thoroughly.
But only until we get there. After we leave, all bets are off.
I told you it's a term fix.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you basically, the wave goes out. You guys were basically coming up on the system anyway. It's pretty much, as you get near the edge of the system, you get a hail from the Alliance ship, and I'm assuming that at this point, Jude, you've made your way back to the cockpit.
Yes.
At this point, I'm going to go back with her to the cockpit.
You receive a hail from the Alliance ship, and the escort ship comes on, and the junior officer comes on, and he says, he's like, all right, we've gotten you here safe and sound as promised. He's like, I just received a hail, and we are very appreciative, because basically that was several hours ago, okay? So you guys going back, we're very appreciative of the fact that you have sent out a communique to the guild to thanking us for our escort. He says, we will go ahead and allow you, we're going to go ahead and finish our escort and getting you there, but we do have one last requirement that we need to finish off before we can let you go. And he says, of course, we do understand that the companion ship and shuttle that he has rented out is completely off limits. But the rest of the ship does need to be searched.
I'm gonna.
Since we have to decelerate to come into the system anyway, this is a perfect time to get it taken care of.
So we've already hidden all the drugs and all that good stuff.
But remember, that is part of the TN for when they do the search. You know what I mean? TN.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing D&D stuff. That's going to be one of the dice that gets added into the ship's characteristics when the search crew comes over to search it. You're still going to roll against it. It has a value. It's one of the it's one of the ship's distinctions.
Mm-hmm.
Hank, like when we're off comms, tell Hank, you need to make a copy of that transmission we received, the compressed message and the data.
All right. I can do that, no problem.
And make sure that there's no trace that you made a copy of it if they go through the records.
Hold on. You know what? Right now, I'm not going to question it, but I'll have some questions later. And I'm going to go ahead and get it done.
All right.
Also, just a question. Like,
Uh-huh.
I know that we've hidden drugs.
Yes.
Do I also need to not be around?
You don't have any warrants out for your arrest. Oh no,
Okay.
sorry, you do. But you
I was gonna say I was pretty sure I did,
No, you do.
but
You have fake ID though, right? You didn't take
I would
Cortex.
assume that.
You didn't take Cortex Ghost.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I'm going to say you do have fake ID.
I mean, because like if I didn't before, like if I didn't by the time getting to like the
3 months in, you should have acquired some.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I didn't already before I got on the ship, I should by this point.
Right, and so basically, you know, it's not the best because it's not an attribute. Or when they come to search the ship, if they when they check the IDs, you can like do things like spend a plot point for a temporary asset of fake ID, and then if you want to continue with it, you can spend to make it permanent.
Okay. That's okay. Good to know.
Good to know.
So, all right, so I'm gonna do what Baden suggested. Make a copy discreetly, and then I'm gonna get all the paperwork ready.
All right, so there's one last thing we need to do. Jude, I need you to roll your mental plus focus.
Okay.
Oh no.
Chop. Judo chop.
I'm running my last plot point that I have.
Okay. I don't have to roll nothing.
There's no way.
That's like, how you win.
100%. There's no way I can.
Ooh, okay. I feel a lot better about this roll now.
What are you gonna do to her?
I know.
That's what I'm gonna explain.
Oh shit!
All right.
Oh wow.
Oh, I forgot.
So Jude, I spent a plot point. I am activating my reader ability to know the secrets in your head.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
My gosh.
Okay.
But you don't have to tell me right now. We can leave that as a cliffhanger for next week.
I was gonna say I will send you a message over Discord.
Wait, hold on. How deep are we going? Is this just like surface thoughts, or is this like?
He is a reader. He can remember what they said about River when they brought the generals in to see her.
I didn't know what they say.
That basically you brought people with the most horrible secrets the Alliance has into the room with a known psychic.
No.
Fantastic.
He can go. I've really fucking deep
for a long time. I actually joined the Companions Guild because you can hide there pretty easily because you expect us to know things and be able to pick up on body language. Surprise, surprise.
So and with that fucking roll, I mean that's a 15. That's
over her 5. That's 10.
That raised by 10.
Yeah.
So he can basically, he's eating her brain with a spoon.
Oh man.
Wow. What a way to just leave it there. Just
Yep, that's about it, ladies and
that's
gentlemen.
it.
That's Firefly
that's
for the
it.
night. So the captain's got a hole in him. Jude's brain's being sucked out with a straw by Baden.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
We did say there was going to be a mutiny this game.
Well, I mean, you know, the captain is out of commission.
Captain is incapacitated.
This is technically my ship, or you know, for the most part, my ship.
Gotcha. So, Jonathan, I forgot to include this. Did you actually still want to do the thing you were talking about viewers?
Oh, yeah. So what was the viewers? How did we actually do?
Oh, we didn't have a ton
Well,
of
we're
like,
gonna
but we
have to-
didn't promo this show very much because unfortunately my schedule at work got really, really bad. So this show it shouldn't really count because we didn't have a lot of folks on because, like I said, I barely promoted at all. But I was gonna say, do you want to do it for next week and I can actually advertise it this time?
Sure, we can do it for next week. That's
So
fine.
what do you want to set the levels at?
So I actually want these numbers to start rising, and we've been averaging like 8 constant viewers about
Yep.
throughout
For
the
this
show.
one, I'd say about like 10.
9 to
for this
10
one.
for this
10?
one, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
this one was a little bit better.
So if we get to 15, I'm throwing $100 into Extra Life. We get to 20, I'm throwing $200 into the Extra Life fund.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find another way to help us with Extra Life, what we need is what Jonathan's talking about is Jonathan is willing to donate $100 to Extra Life if we get an average viewership of 15 viewers for the next episode, which means we need 15 people to come in and watch the whole show from beginning to end so we can have that. Or if we get 20 average viewers, he's going to donate $200. Now, what that means is we need you guys to tell your friends about this show to try and get as many players and viewers in here as possible, so we can make sure we can get that contribution to Extra Life. Don't do it for us. Do it for the kids.
And you can tell your friends, like, you just had this big reveal happen. Like, they should probably watch the YouTube after this gets posted and get caught up, because this is a major bomb that just got dropped in the ship that nobody even knows about. Only the players know.
So we're going to go ahead and call it a night with that.
Oh, Philip
and-
wanted us
and-
to push
Oh,
his match again because nobody donated.
Oh man, that's too bad.
Aw.
So Philip is one of our fellow compatriots here at Dinner and a Game. Philip, comes up on our Saturday shows. He has volunteered to match any donations given tonight to Extra Life up to what, 150? He said.
I think 150.
150.
Yep.
Yeah.
Up to $150. So if you can only give $5, he's gonna match it for $5. If you can give $20, he's gonna match it for $20. Whatever we can get, he is more than willing to match it up to $150, which is insanely generous. And thank you very much, Phil, because he also did the same thing on our dinner conversation show last Saturday, and we had people come out of the woodwork to make Phil spend money. So yes, please, if you can donate. I'm actually trying to get to Extra Life right now so I can make Phil spend money.
Do it.
But anyway,
it.
so yeah, please, if you can, make Spill spend money. And it is, like we said, it's for an amazing cause. I mean, these people, this charity is literally designed to help children, and there is absolutely no way that you can think that is not a wonderful cause. And we're going to make sure that we can get this up and running and get this thing situated to where you guys can go ahead and feel proud that you helped us support this cause, because it's charitable contributions that go towards a children's hospital charities all across the. I can't donate to my wife's. Oh yes, I can. I'm gonna donate to my wife's. Stop.
You can totally donate to mine.
I
don't
said I'm
know
going to.
yours.
I messed up. I
geez.
went to the wrong one. So anyway, we're going to keep on pushing Extra Life because we know it's a good cause, we know it's a good charity, and we want to make sure that we can make a good contribution to that cause. It's just a good thing to do. And so if you guys can do it, please do so. I'm trying to find my wife's account because I'm on. Oh, there it is, roster. Sorry, donating to my wife's account. Go faster.
What am I up
machine.
to?
Go faster. You're still at the 100. What was that? Yay! Yay! Wait a minute. Someone
Man.
say something.
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 Oh wow! I gotta mute something real quick. Sorry. Extra Life also streams our show.
Oh man,
So I was like,
that's
"Where's
cool.
those voices coming from?" And it's because my speakers were on from my computer, and the Extra Life, the show was coming through Extra Life, and I was like,
Oh, that's
"I keep on hearing my
hilarious.
wife's voice. What's going on?" So yes. Ooh, I'm gonna donate through this.
Oh shit.
Oh my God, Extra Life takes forever to do anything. All right, so we're going to go ahead and donate to Extra Life right now. Where's my wallet? There it is. And we're gonna make this good.
Get ready, Philip. You better get your
So,
wallet up
when,
too.
when you're entering that credit card number, if you could just make sure you audibly like say each letter or number like
Heck
very
yeah,
quickly.
man.
I'll yell them at the top of my lungs. I will type them into chat and post them up. I will do everything you tell me to, Jonathan, with your mind control powers.
Right? Essentially.
Hey. Technically, I've only used those powers once before this, and that was minor.
All right, Philip. We just donated $50 to Extra Life. Ta-da!
What?
Yeah.
I wasn't
yeah,
gonna say
I've,
anything, but
I've been getting messages also like all night from one of my other groups.
What's
Like,
that?
well, hold on. Trigger warning. Like it has to do with somebody passing. But the person who played Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, has passed.
yeah.
Holy
What?
wow.
He had
Yeah.
he had colon cancer. He's had it for the last 4 years.
Oh, that's why he was losing all that weight, and people were making comments.
Yeah, he got diagnosed in 2016 and he's been going through treatments. And
Holy
he
shit.
didn't make it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, stage 3
Wow.
2016.
Yes, in 2016, but then it I think what I read was that it was in 2017 that it moved to stage 4.
And Meg, next time I'll donate to you. I'm sorry.
Or no, it doesn't. Yeah, it I didn't say what year, but it progressed through the last 4 years
Yeah.
to stage 4.
That's horrible.
Yep.
We're sorry for his family. We're sorry for their loss, and man, we're sorry for the Marvel family for their loss. That was a significant change in the atmosphere for comics and comic book movies and the comic book fandom. That's kind of wild. I had no idea, and I feel bad that I had no idea.
I also just found out myself because Meg had posted it in the Discord.
Like I said, the only reason I knew, and I didn't want to like just bring it up in the middle of our game or anything like that, is because one of my other groups, like group chats, one of them just started spamming about it, like pretty much. So
Yeah.
like they've all been talking about it. So
Yeah.
I had no idea he was 42 years old. He looked so much younger in the movies.
mhm.
You know, he's in insanely good shape. So, he was in insanely good shape. Holy shit, that's. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're still
Yeah,
on.
it's
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I hate
Sorry
to
about
drop
that.
off.
No. Thank you very much for letting us know. And I mean, there's nothing that can be said at this time. It's an immense tragedy for his family. It's an immense tragedy for his friends. For us, it's a horrible tragedy because we lost someone special from our world and from our community. For everyone who looked up to him as a role model and as an advocate for inclusion and inclusivity, it is it's a blow. But yeah, I think that he would have definitely wanted people to, keep fighting the good fight and keep making sure that we keep on making the strides to continue what he represented as the Black Panther in the movies and what he wanted to represent. So just continue to love each other. know, continue to be good to each other, continue to take care of each other. Um, we're a community. We're gonna mourn this loss as a community, um, and no matter what, whenever we come back to this, we're always going to know that um, he, in his time that he spent as the Black Panther, he did an incredible amount of good, amazing amount of good actually, and he helped change the fabric of the geek and gaming community and the geek and the geek community at large, because he made us look at things a different way, and he put that out there and gave representation to a portion of our community that never had a real voice, and now they now they do. Wakanda forever. So, um, was as always, thank you all for being with us. Thank you for joining us for this evening. We hope you enjoy the show. Um, as always, um,
Oh,
yeah.
Philip would like people to know he is going to keep the matching open until midnight.
Oh,
So thank
excellent.
you, Philip.
So if anyone can go ahead and contribute to Extra Life, um, and Philip's going to continue matching to midnight. We thank Philip incredibly much for that. Um, as we're going through this, we're going to go ahead and say our usual goodbyes. Um, if you don't have to go out, please don't. It's really important. And if
Damn.
you can, if you do have to go out, wear a mask. And
He's his own echo right now.
huh? Oh, let me check and see something. Did it unmute? Yeah, I'm getting my own echo. Sorry. Oh, my headset's probably dying. It's been on for a long time. Um, oops. So, if you don't have to go out, please don't. Please stay home if you can. If you do have to go out, please wear a mask. It's not just for your protection; it's for everyone's protection. And you know, it's the right thing to do. Always, as always, if you can, shop local. Order from your local game stores. We're going to continue to provide game stores that are providing you with a safe place to go to do curbside pickup, that are requiring masks for in-store visits. So if you do have to go inside, that you will be at least a little bit protected. Um, we're going to continue to sponsor local stores because our community needs it to survive. And we're going to continue to buy local when we give out prizes and make sure that that money goes into helping the community thrive. Um, other than that, as always, we love you. We want you to come back, join us next time, and we will always save you a seat at the table. Thank you so much.